No, the Lord come on boyfriend.
Happy.
You need to work with she very. She didn't want your code. Who want your code?
Happy.
Baboni. Baboni. Baboni noda. Baboni re. Babonian. Baboni noda. Baboni re. Baboni re. Baboni re. Baboni noda. Baboni re. Kai. Baboni noda. Baboni re. Baboniana. Baboni re. Baboni noda. Baboni re. Bábí mo jọra ẹ máa gbádùn ní studio bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ máa mójútó ṣẹ́yìn ẹ jẹ́ kí mi máa lọ jàre kí n lọ wọṣẹ́ thank you ẹ ṣe gan ẹkú àtàárọ̀ ìwádìí la máa tún yọjú sí i ó dàárọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ máa lọ jàre ó dàárọ̀.
Dàárọ̀ sir. Thank you sir.
Ó dàbọ̀ sir, God bless you sir.
Òní ni Monday ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ fi Monday ṣe nǹkan.
That was a prostitute, a lady that was selling her peppers up and down. He thought he could give a better life, would be the one that will end up ending his life. So be betrayed by Mrs. Adebanjo and all her family members. He will be betrayed by Yadura because he will never believe that his own mother will join his killers to protect the killer. He will never believe that his own mother will join his killer to destroy justice. We join his killer to hide the truth. He will never believe it. So he's going to be having that disappointment in Adura. He will never believe that Adura will join his killer and keep mute no matter what level of threat is given or he was given. He will never believe that Blessing will keep mute in her husband's house. He will never believe that Darosha will be spending his money, his blood money, and will join with Mrs. Adebanjo to keep quiet concerning the circumstances that led to a fine. He will never believe that his own lawyer will also be running a tasketa to ensure that Mrs. Adebanjo get away with murder. So he will be disappointed with many of them. The only person that Mohbad will not be disappointed with as he stands today is his father, because the father is leading by example and the father is carrying on with the quest to unravel why Mohbad was killed by Wunmi, and to also unravel why Mohbad's life was taken because he asked for the paternity of Liam. So the father is doing the Lord's bidding concerning the justice for Mohbad, and that's the only person that Mohbad will be pleased with. But for the others, the wrath of God is coming upon them. Their karma will be stubborn, and their karma will eat them like a volcano, like I always say. Go and write it down.
Evil, betrayal from all angles, everywhere. So if that is how it will feel, now, why would any of us now be trying to justify the actions or the involvement of any of these two families? Whether you're looking at the family of the wives or of the wife, or you're looking at the family of Mohbad, you will stand neutral to see that if their involvement from day one was wrong, wrong, was evil, was questionable.
Yeah, Jack. When you are talking, if you are sensible, you need to delineate your point. You understand? You need to fight through your point. When you are talking about the families, the two families, you need to define it. The two families, all the family members of Wumi, they are all accomplices and they plan the death of Mohbad together with their daughter or their sister or whatever. When it comes to the family of Mohbad, we will talk about Iya Mohbad, talk about Adura, talk about Blessing, talk about Darosa, talk about Folashade. These who are on the other side. Baba Mohbad has never compromised his stand concerning Mohbad's case. He was not there when Mohbad was by. He took that body to the police station in a step to make sure that the body was preserved, the body was taken care of, so that they can unravel what led to the death of Mohbad. But the man was shortchanged. The man was cheated. The man's hands was forced against his will because he had no option. That was why Mohbad was buried. So when you are speaking, Jack, senses will call upon you to actually delineate and fight on your points. Don't generalize issues, because if you do that, it doesn't make you different from these useless beings that are saying shit about what they know nothing about.
Let me not say evil. Please, I think.
Hey, Jack. Someone said something in the comment section that actually got my mind thinking. What you're explaining on how he was buried, can you compare that with cremation?
Not at all. Not at all, because cremation is the people that have got that as their culture. It is their culture. It is okay to cremate someone there, and I'm 100% sure that it is legal to do it that way, because that is their own belief. That is their own.
Yes, and it's not mangling someone's body.
At all. This is completely different. It is completely, I don't know whichever way you want to think about it or look at it. It is completely evil and dehumanizing. It's inhumane. I think that's the right word. It is just evil, to be honest. And I don't know how.
Let me play your question, please. Please, Jack, any human being that have passion, that have compassion for their fellow human being, not because they see them as animals or anything worthless to them. Even as a mother, as a wife, as a father, if they are giving excuses that they never saw Mohbad in the casket before he was buried, but no mother, no father, or no sister, or no brother is going to allow their loved one to be buried like that after seeing it. These people saw this.
Yeah, just to answer your question, thank God some useless fellows were trying to push a narrative so many months ago that Emperor Joseph Aloba was there at the burial where Mohbad was buried. But we now know the truth now, that Mohbad's father was never at that burial. So Mohbad's father did not see the position of Mohbad in the casket. Wunmi Adebanjo, the one that was telling people not to open that casket, knew exactly how Mohbad was in that casket. And that was why he was telling them not to open the casket. She knew opening that casket will anger many people. We infuriate them. We make them furious. And she did not want to suffer the wrath of those that were at that side that day. And that's why she was telling them not to open that casket. And don't also forget, they said not quite long that all these people from Lekki, including Wunmi Adebanjo, got to that place, that they left that place. Because they were afraid of the prison attack. God, they knew what they had done. And they were afraid of the fact that the mob could turn against them. They knew they had committed an offense concerning the death of Mohbad and the manner with which he was buried. And that was why they quickly left that scene on that day. So Baba did not see the body. It is a taboo in Yoruba land or wherever you are for a parent to see the dead body of his or her child. So Wunmi Adebanjo, the Adura, the blessing, those people should be held responsible in concerning that dishuman, that horrific shape of Mohbad in that casket. That they saw him like that, and yet they could not do anything about it. Maybe, perhaps, the power that be, they were also on their neck, telling them not to do anything, and Mohbad must be buried. Only God knew. But Baba was not in that place to see the position of Mohbad when he was buried. It is very important that you get things clearer so that you can know how to engage people. Don't meddle lies with the truth.
This family saw Mohbad's body in the casket after he was buried. The way his neck was broken and bent, none of them cried out. So that's complete evil for me. I will never, if I...
Thank you very much. Darosha was in charge of 2 million naira. And he knew exactly why he bought that Peking Posi. He knew exactly why he bought that Peking Posi. So they should ask Darosha, why did he buy that Peking Posi for Mohbad? Knowing fully well how tall Mohbad was. But he ended up buying the available casket. Because Darosha knew that that boy must also be buried. That was why he bought it. So Darosha was part of the game.
saw that, okay, I never knew it was like this, and now I know I will surely make a move for him to be reburied. Even if it is not possible, but I will ask for it. But this family never did anything. They never cried out. It was the public that cried out for extermination. That's complete evil. They don't like Mohbad. Nothing or anybody can. We want to defend Baba Mohbad or Wunmi or this family to me. They are
Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Baba was not satisfied with the way Mohbad was buried. Listen and listen very well. Baba was not satisfied with the way Mohbad was buried. Baba was forced to bury Mohbad. Get that clear into your thick skull. He was forced to bury Mohbad because he had no option. In fact, people were saying Baba himself was even afraid for his life because he was the only one. He was the only one. What could a single man do in the presence of about 100 people? He said he met 100 people in that house. What could a single man do? He did not even have his wife beside him. The Mohbad was with the enemies. Adura was with the enemy. Darosha was with the enemy. All of them isolated the man. The man is facing over more than 100 people. What could he do at that point? So when you are talking, talk sensibly. It's not compulsory that you must talk. But when you talk, talk sensibly. Very important.
Complete evil. They are evil. You cannot tell me that you are happy for your loved one to go like that in the grave forever. I know how sleepless I was, like feeling his pain. Imagine if that was me. I know, yes, when he's dead, he's not feeling any pain anymore. But who wants to be laid like that? Wunmi, can you allow anyone to bury any of your loved one like that? God forbid your mother or father or anybody. No, you can't. So why allowing Mohbad to be buried like that? I can't stand it. I can't.
You are just getting it wrong. Somebody that killed you, that contributed to your death, what would be a problem about how you are buried? It's none of our business. It's none of our business. Somebody that does not care for your life, now the life is taken away. So what would be a concern about what happened to your body? It's none of our business. I don't know why it's been difficult for you to understand that.
And anybody defending this family, it's evil. They did evil to Mohbad. They did dirty to Mohbad. All of them agreed, and they knew what they were doing. And God will not forgive them. Humanity will not forgive them. You see, the blood of Mohbad will never forgive them unless they confess or they ask for forgiveness. It was not our intention. But if they are trying to give excuses, blame each other, as if that was justifiable because of tradition, because of this, I swear to God, Mohbad is going to come for them. I'm always saying this. No matter what you do to your fellow human being, don't think you are gone with it forever. Any pain you put on people's heart, you are going to feel that pain too. So let's just be going. Me, I'm not attacking anyone. I'm not after Wumi. Me, I'm just saying my truth.
Yeah, because you are hypocrite. Me, I am attacking Wumi Sita Alibanjo. I'm attacking Wumi Sita Alibanjo because she has done evil. She has committed an abomination and she will face her consequences. I am attacking Wumi Sita Alibanjo. It's hypocrisy saying you are not attacking. Knowing fully well that Wumi Sita Alibanjo killed Mohbad. And you are saying you are not attacking Wumi. Hypocrisy. Hypocrisy, that's what you call. That's what it is called. You are a hypocrite.
And which is nothing but the truth. Nothing like love was there that day. Because if I would have even go and dig that hole with my hand, that grave, I will dig it with my hand. To remove my son like that, to remove my husband like that, I cannot stand it. I can't. Everyone, you will see even animals when they die, they will make sure they are properly laid, properly stretched. That's how they said it should be. Not like your feet will be up. Where have you seen anyone be buried with their hands up or their leg like that? Like, no, that's no respect for the dead. You have to put them properly. Thank you.
Holy Salsa, sorry. Thank you. Wait a minute. We have somebody who wants to speak. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
This guy that wants to speak now, that guy is very senseless. Very, very senseless.
I'm privileged to be here, and I would like to say that we all are. It's easy for us to come online and say a lot of things, and to think that we feel we love someone.
This is a spokesperson for Wumi.
More than the people they sleep and wake up with every day for years. And I mean, it's amazing how we come here and say that. But all the same, and to even to Jack's question, I don't understand how we that are still alive would easily come and say, this is how we will react to our burial. We all don't know how we will be buried. Some people are buried beside the river for reasons, for tradition, and they don't come back to say, why did you bury me beside the river? Things happen, and I for one, would not think that among me at the burial site on that day,
God punish you. So Wumi was not at the burial site that day. We're ready, boy. We're ready.
grave has been done, everybody were there, they were ready to put the corpse into the ground, and they opened the corpse and she says that, okay, the head was bent. Well, what would she do? Would she have, jumped into the grave or what?
You are very, very stupid. and they call himself a prof. Look at these idiots. How can you be a prof and you are talking like this? What can she do? You need to join she knows she killed the guy now. And she knows the position of that guy in that casket. And that was why she was saying, don't open it to those people that were there until they forcefully open it. She was telling them, don't open it because she knew the exact position of that guy in the casket. Idiot, she was saying, what could she have done? Okay, you are trying to tell us that she couldn't have released the doctor's report. She couldn't have gone to the police station to tell them to give her father-in-law the doctor's report. She couldn't have supported taking the body of Mohbad to the mortuary. She couldn't have done anything. But what she could do was to throw charms, throw white cloth, throw calabash into Mohbad's grave. You are totally senseless. You that useless boy speaking. Because you are a boy. You are not talking like a man at all.
Nothing she could have done. And even at that point, she has no say. It's Yoruba land. That's how it is in Yoruba.
God will punish you for you saying Yoruba land. God will punish you. Ileribu. God will punish you for that statement. Yoruba people here, they can testify. Even those of us that are South, we don't do that shit. We punish you, saying it does not have a say. But she has a say to hide the doctor's reports. She had a say to carry the body to home. And instead of mortuary, she has a say not to inform the father of the deceased that this was what happened to your child until the child died 24 hours. Died 24 hours ago before calling the father of the deceased. She had a say at that point. But when it comes to burying Mohbad, she does not have a say. You are an idiot, I'm telling you.
I'm a Yoruba boy, and I know that
you are a bastard Yoruba boy. Because I have Yoruba people, and they don't behave like you. They don't talk like this. You're a bastard Yoruba boy.
And don't have any say. There was nothing, absolutely nothing she could have done at that side. So everything has been done. She just got there to give her last respect.
It shall not be well with you. It shall not be well with you.
Even in some cultures in Nigeria, the Igbo land, there are some places that a woman does not inherit properties, and there is nothing you can do. They won't.
I hear the budget. We are talking about. So there's nothing we would have done, but she could kill a guy. She could kill the guy, Abi. At least she could do that one. She could kill the guy. That was something she could have done. She did it. Other things, there was nothing she could have done. There was nothing she could have done. There's nothing she could have done. We rely on boys here. But also you are like we really boy.
Ever give you the property of your father. That's their culture, and they still follow it. And that's how it is. So if we know for sure that the father took charge of the body and decided to bury the boy, there was
God will punish you. What do you mean by father took charge of the body? What do you mean by the father took charge of the body? God will punish you. When the father took that body to the hospital, took that body to the police station, why didn't your woman, your killer that you are supporting, why didn't you release the necessary document? When the father was in the rain, when he had a skater, why was Yumi calm in the car, chatting away? And I say the father took charge of the body. God will punish you for that statement.
nothing that girl could have done. That is how it works in Europe.
You are very stupid. You think I can't? No wonder.
So why is everybody okay? So why is everybody putting it on Wumi?
No, nobody's.
It's all these Yorubas. 1 minute.
You are a fool for that statement. Why is everybody putting it on Wumi? So who else should be held responsible? When your husband dies, who will be held responsible? Not be you that go held responsible. No, not be you. Not be you. That's why is everybody putting it on Wumi? They should have put it on you now. You know you are with Mohbad when Mohbad died. So they should have put it on you. You knew how Mohbad died. You were in that house together with him. I don't know why you are just speaking from the... You people are just speaking for your anus. Why is everybody putting it on me? No. It is me now. They should come and put it on. You know, I was in that house when Mohbad died. You guys are fools.
1 minute. Let me speak. Let me speak for a second.
You are not sensible. There's nothing that you actually want to say. For you to be saying, why are they putting it on me? No, they should have put it on me. Abi, or put it on the Holy Vengeance. You know, we were in that house together. When Mohbad died, or there. Why is everybody putting it on me?
Okay. All I've heard these 2 years from Yoruba people is everybody putting it on Wumi. If you...
Yes, not only from Yoruba people, even from all over the world, we are putting it on Wumi. Wumi killed Mohbad and will be held responsible for it. You can go and jump into lagoon. You can jump into an ocean. Wumi killed Mohbad and we are holding her responsible for it. Nothing can change it.
Yoruba people know the culture. Why are we saying all this?
I don't blame this lady. They said she's not a Nigerian anyway. So I believe her husband can die in her care and they'll go and put it on somebody that was not even in the house when it happens. That's their own culture in that place. So I don't blame her anyway. They said she's a Liberian. In that place, a wife is free to kill the husband. Nothing will happen. Maybe that's how they roll in that place. But in Nigeria, it's not allowed, for your information, in case you don't know.
I don't understand. I'm trying to understand, but I don't...
You will never understand. Not even your next life. You will never understand. You will not.
I think all you Yoruba people are in line with each other.
No, don't try to understand. It's a bit of like you said, it's a bit of, listen, let me tell you something. Even if it was not, if it was not Mohbad, let me tell you something. It's just I don't want to say this because I don't like playing victim. It's just a woman thing. In Nigerian culture, well, maybe other cultures, I don't let me say Nigeria, but in a lot of cultures.
These idiots are just talking from the feminist point of view. They are not considering the matter on ground. This is a case that involves a loss of life. Tragic and sudden loss of life. Women's life does not matter. Mohbad lost a life in that process. And that is the bottom line. Whosoever was responsible for the death of Mohbad should go down for it. Stop talking from women point of view. A man is a living thing too. A man deserves to live. You guys are just stupid talking about women point of view. So a man does not deserve to live now. So he's a man that deserves to die. Evil people.
Women still go through a lot when it comes to these dynamics with a man or woman. You know, especially in marriages, unfortunately.
Women go through a lot.
We don't know. It's just
women go through a lot. There are a lot of men that have been intimidated, molested by their wives. Just because they are men. They believe they will not be heard. They believe that nobody will believe them. They will keep quiet. The same way Mohbad was molested, intimidated throughout the time he stayed with me. And nobody raised an eyebrow. Just because it was not the other way around. And the same sentiment is what you are portraying on your platform. Women can kill and go away with it. A man cannot do it. The whole world will descend on him. You guys are just being stupid and callous. You are very, very callous in nature.
Just because justice for Mohbad is public, a lot of women have been wrongly accused or rightly, I don't know whether it's right because I've never been there, but don't let me say wrongly, a lot of women are generally accused of killing their husband when their husband dies. Just because, they should know better, they should have done more, they should have, because we're women, we're superwomen, we should do everything.
This lady is just very stupid. Should have done more, she should have done more, she should have done more. This is not applicable to the case of Wumi and Mohbad. Thank you.
If you try to understand, you will just go down a rabbit hole. Don't try to understand it. But let me say something. A lot of the culture we have, the origin itself, if you go and look at it, is very good. But along the line, it got bastardized along the line, it did not move with time. The reality is, back in the days, women didn't have rights, and it's still like that in many places. Now, women have stepped up to do things, but cultures are still cultures. So don't try to understand. If you try to understand,
You mean more women have stepped up to kill their husband, like the way women killed Mohbad? Is that what you mean by women have stepped up? They have stepped up killing their husbands, the way women killed Mohbad? Is that what you mean by women stepping up?
And you're just going to get yourself worked up. The other thing I'm going to say is, I really am feeling a bit sad that we're going back to how Mohbad was buried, because, like I said, when I
You guys are just being stupid. You are placing unnecessary priority. You are not discussing how he was killed. And you are talking about how he was buried. If Mohbad was not killed, will he be buried? Do you think a killer will be more concerned about how he was buried? If that killer had any form of sympathy, she wouldn't have killed Mohbad. She wouldn't have ganged up with some people to kill Mohbad in the first instance. So you should be talking more about how Mohbad was killed. But you'll be thinking about how he was buried. If he was not killed, he would not be buried. You can use your brain now.
that he was buried, I was like, there's a guy in Muslim, because Muslims, they will just quickly throw you. Muslims don't even use coffin. They will just wrap you in white material and throw you, not throw you, but, sorry, they'll find a place to bury you and they'll wrap you in white blanket. Because to them, coffin, all of that, all the ceremony, it's not even, they shouldn't even be doing that. They don't believe in all that. They just believe in burying the person immediately and finding a plot of land. But when I found out that it wasn't a Muslim, that was when I started to get interested. What was this guy buried? Yes, okay, yes, it's a call for because he's young. So that too, when you're young, people generally you get very quickly because it's not as if they want to throw a party.
You are very, very stupid. You guys are very, very stupid. You kept on talking about how he was already buried. And you are not discussing the processes that led to that hasty burial. You guys are very, very stupid. You are just being wicked. You are non-entities. You are very stupid. You did not bother to ask why. What are the processes? You did not bother to ask that. You are not talking about quickly bury. You are very stupid. You are leaving the killer alone and you are discussing about why he was buried, when the killer held on to the doctor's report, why the killer took the body home instead of the mortuary, why the killer was communicating with Baba Liam, the only catcher of Ikake, not to allow the police officers to give doctor's reports. Where did you expect the body to be? In your wardrobe? Where did you expect the body to be kept? The body that was already smelling. Where did you expect the body to be kept? You guys are evil and useless.
At least, they should have got a decent coffin that will fit his size. They don't know his length. I think that's why I was trying to stop you when you were talking, Sister Look. That how the guy was buried is traumatic. Forget about who did what, who did. The fact that they bent his neck, they had to, it's like, in the whole of Nigeria, they could not find a befitting coffin of nice, how much is coffin for people? Even if they don't have money, they could have borrowed because it's a human being, it's decent. Don't try to go back to that place because it's something that most people don't want to think about. I don't want to think about it. It shouldn't have been done. It shouldn't have been done, period. But sitting down here and say, we blame this person, it will not bring back the dead. And Jack, my only consolation.
See, I'm not blaming Wumi for the bent neck. Whoever buried him should be responsible for that.
Yeah, but he was a father. Don't blaming anyone. Jack, my only consolation to answer your question, I'll give you a minute. My only consolation in answering your question is that Mohbad is in a better place. How he was buried or not, I'm sure, I don't know, I've never been to heaven before, or I've never been to the other side.
is forgotten all of us. You are the one that is now facing all this trauma in life. I believe he's in a better place. And I believe if he's going to even be disappointed, he probably will be disappointed how his own family is in disarray and how his own family is now a topic for social media rather than how he was buried. But
no, don't be disturbed. Don't disturb yourself. Mohbad will not be disappointed because his family is in disarray. In fact, it is the quest for justice that has put his family in a disarray. But so I can tell you that Mohbad is happy that his family is in this shape because coming together of his family members will never give him justice. If Emperor that agree with Mrs. Adebanjo and Iya Mohbad, there wouldn't have been any movement to call for justice in the first place. So I disagree with you totally that Mohbad is not happy with the way his family is in disarray. In fact, Mohbad's spirit is happy that his father has refused to compromise and has resolved and determined to continue to fight on until he gets justice. So he's so happy. Don't be saying he will not be happy because his family is in disarray. Okay, you want the family to come into uniformity and then you want to Mrs. Adebanjo and those that killed Mohbad to escape in that process. Well, it will never happen.
Let me now bust your bubble. This is why I am really living. And the last time I went on Baba's platform, I said, we're talking about how he was buried. Okay, he was buried, he was exhumed. Do you know that guy is still not being reburied?
He will not be reburied. Do you hear that? You can go and tell Mrs. Adebanjo and all of your cohorts, Mohbad will not be buried until two things are done. The DNA will be done and it will not be contestable. And two, Mrs. Adebanjo will be in criminal court answering questions about how Mohbad died. Those are the two conditions. I know some of you are crying around, you are shouting, you are crying. Don't be crying. You cannot do anything more than crying around the way you have been doing. The emperor does not hear you, and thank God you are not among the voices that he listens to. Do you understand? And on this side, we have told you repeatedly, Mohbad will not be buried until those two conditions are met. So if you want to go and hug transformer, go and hug the transformer in rainy season. If you want to jump into lagoon, go and jump into the lagoon. Mohbad will not be buried until those two conditions are met, okay? So you can say whatever you like. You guys are wasting your saliva.
Now, so these two, they will say that his spirit is still moving around. I don't believe that too because I don't know. But
thank you, Ramona. Thank you.
Like, hello, I'm like, this is the one. Because that's the first trauma is, okay, they had to bury him Rabbi Shakur way. Why? Is it because he didn't have money? No matter what, he would still have something that is to get it.
Don't get it wrong. Mohbad had money. Mohbad was not buried only because he didn't have money. So don't get it wrong. In fact, the last show Mohbad went for, it was Wunmi that collected the money into her account. So he wasn't buried because they had financial problem. He was buried because he needed to be buried. Further delay in his burial, we exposed Mrs. Adebanjo and other co-conspirators in killing Mohbad. So it was all planned to be buried in that way by denying his father every avenue to preserve the body of Mohbad. So it was a well-calculated plan. So don't say he was buried because he didn't have money.
Burial. But that didn't happen. Okay, let's forgive the family. Let's not blame. But now, they've done, what did they say they want to do? Autopsy like 7 or 1 year, a year ago.
You will be in the morgue. You will just cry and kill yourself in the process. Go and tell them, Mohbad will not be buried now. He will not be buried. So whatever you like, go and do. Mohbad will not be buried.
That one is the one that almost gives me sleepless like that. And they say, bury, okay, fine, you didn't bury him right the first time. Like, can we just give him a decent burial now? What else is left?
Don't worry about it, but don't worry about decent burial. Getting the killer is more important than decent burial, okay? The dead is dead. Do you understand? The dead is dead. So we are not interested in befitting burial. Leave befitting burial alone. What we are
In
trying to
Avengers.
get now is befitting catching. We want to catch the killer. we are more interested in befitting catching of the killer than befitting burial. So we are not interested in Joe.
In Avengers. As usual, I like to comment on when you're analyzing like this, so I can just chip in so we can have like a duet.
I'm telling you.
I mean, like,
befitting
I don't just know why.
Glad they don't call that 1 minute. You give somebody a befitting killing. You killed him befittingly. Now you are not crying for befitting burial. No, leave the befitting burial alone. Let us give the killer a befitting catching. Let us catch the killer.
A befitting cut trial.
I'm telling you, I'm befitting trial.
And
I'm befitting
befitting
prosecution. Befitting sentencing. That's what we are after, not befitting burial. That will come last. That's the last option. It's not even on the table. So you people should stop crying.
And the befitting DNA test. You see,
I'm telling you, befitting DNA test.
The problem
for adding that one, self. Befitting.
a befitting tissue-based DNA test. The problem that we are having, you see, if you look, the issue of G4M is just like it reflects the wider issue that we have in our society. When our people focus more on the smoke without understanding where the fire came from. You know, there is no smoke without fire. It is the fire that caused the smoke. So they will focus more on the smoke. They will ignore the fire. They will focus more on the flies. They will ignore the refuse. Without the refuse, there is no fly. Without smoke, there is no fire. Without fire, there is no smoke. So so what they're trying to do now is this. I know we all know where they are going as battle-hardened J4M protagonists, real protagonists, not those ones who are just there for the fanfare, for the sensation, and for the fracas, and for the content. And as battle-hardened as we are, we all know where they are going to. We all know that they are trying to shift the focus away from the circumstances around Mohbad's mysterious death. And they're trying to shift it towards his burial and how he was gruesomely buried in such a way, and they're also trying to shift the blame away. Like they've mentioned it, they said, oh, they're not going to blame Wumi. Okay, fine. So now what they're trying to go forward is they're trying to say, why isn't the father there to ensure that the proper coffin is purchased? Why isn't the father there to ensure that, or to check at the burial site, to open the coffin and check if Mohbad's head was kept rightly and his clothes was well worn, and they wore him Gucci shoes, and they wore him Jimmy shoes, and he had the Louis Vuitton bag and some nice cap while going to the grave. So the point is they are trying to shift the focus away from Mohbad's black partner, estranged partner, and shift it towards Mohbad's family. Not even Wumi's family, Mohbad's family. And tie the responsibility around his gruesome burial around the neck of the father. So we all know what they are doing. And we all know what we are doing. The question goes thus: what about the illegal embalments? What about the fact that there was a fight between Mohbad and his partner? Why was the account of the driver at the inquest, why did it point to the fact that he has heard that Mohbad has died before the nurse came around 2:30 p.m. on Tuesday?
They will prove it now. Don't worry.
Why?
Umi is doomed.
Why?
If
Mohbad, when they took Mohbad to the hospital, and the first hospital recommended that Mohbad body be put in the morgue, Why didn't they take the body to the morgue? Why did they take the body to the second hospital? And from second hospital, they took it back to the house.
Not to the morgue.
Not to the morgue.
They will tell us the reason now.
If the body was kept at the morgue, Baba Mohbad wouldn't have been under duress or wouldn't have been in that dilemma that he was when the police denied him the necessary reports or documents that he need to keep the body at the morgue. Also, in contravention of the Lagos State Coroner Law, Mohbad's body was refused by the morgue. According to the Lagos State Coroner Law, the morgue should at least receive the body and then tell the family to go get the police reports while the body stays at the morgue. But the body was refused at the morgue. And because of this dilemma, the police report was denied. The body was refused at the morgue. So what did they expect the man to do? To put his body in his fridge and what? That's even if he has a fridge in his house.
No, to fry it and start eating it.
Yes. And when somebody released some money to Baba Mohbad, he said, okay, well, he did not take the money in his hand. He said, okay, give it to the manager, and the manager should ensure that the burial process is taken care of. Was it Baba Mohbad's fault that the right coffin was not purchased for Mohbad? Or was it that Mohbad's dad fault that his neck was broken in the Mohbad's neck was broken in the coffin? So they are taking the focus away from the main issue because Mohbad cannot be buried alive. If Mohbad was alive, he won't find himself in the coffin. The question is, how did Mohbad wind up dead at the first place?
No, that is the crocodile. Do you even remember that they even claimed that Mohbad was buried alive at first?
That's what he did. That's what he said.
These were very wicked.
They said Mohbad
was shouting. He was buried alive.
They said his father hastily went to bury him.
And your father was saying, I told him not to bury him now because he could wake up after 3 days, like Lazarus, like Jesus Christ. But
out of the fullness of the, you see the mind, the human mind will never deceive the owner of the mind. Out of the fullness of the mind, the mouth speaks. From what they are saying, you will already know what their position is from the onset until now. No matter what Mr. Joseph Oluwabamiwo Aloba says or does, these people will never see any sense. They will never see any sincerity, integrity. They will never see any transparency or determination in whatever he's doing. It is impossible. It's just like you are trying to mix oil and water together. They will never see the sense in what he's doing. It's not possible. Because in light of the circumstances that led to Mohbad's death, in light of the circumstances that happened after his death, how the man was called in his house. Because he met his son Mohbad on Saturday, Ilanati. He did not complain of any underlying health diseases or sickness. And then 2 days later...
Because there was none. He was not having any problem at all.
Yeah. And then 2 days later, they called him, they said Mohbad was sick, when he was doing, what he was in when Mohbad was in Malian record, each time Mohbad get beaten or have an issue with them, physical violence or fight, they called his father. I said, okay. They called him again. Maybe this is just one of those instances where my son is being beaten or something. He was surprised. On his way there, his daughter called him and said that this is what actually happened though. But he said, anyways, I'm still going to go and see what is going on. 2-3 days before, he met his son Ilanati. 3 days after, he was not even told by those who called him that this is what has happened. They called him to tell him that your son is sick, and they told him to go back home, that he's fine. He said no. He got there and he found a dead person under the staircase.
Embalmed.
It's impossible for them to embalm Mohbad and still allow or create the circumstances in which the embalmed body is kept in the morgue. They have to make that Baba Mohbad's coming in has to be like they have to block all the ways through which the man can lengthen the burial by putting the body in the morgue.
Yes.
So all the document needed to keep the body at the morgue, starting from the police reports, starting from the hospital obeying the coroner law of putting the body at the morgue, they have to block all those places. So it's just going to be a done deal.
That is it. A closed circuit.
A closed circuit. It's a short fuse. Just come and bury him. We don't want to bury him. We don't want it to be on record that we are the ones that buried him. We want him to come. His involvement in the picture is that all the avenues to prolong the burial is going to be blocked. He is just going to have you put him in a situation whereby it's a dilemma, and all he has to do is just go bury him. So it was well orchestrated. Yes, he has no choice, nothing to do.
There was nothing for him to do.
There was nothing
everywhere
for him to do, nothing. Because if Baba Mohbad says something like, you know what, let's keep the body under the morgue and let's wait till the next day so we can go to all the police stations, maybe Lekki or everywhere, they will still find a way to press that man.
Of course, they know where he will go now.
Yes.
They will be there before him.
They'll be there before him. And so they know they will block all those avenues where that man can prolong, because they know that if that burial is prolonged for a day, information is going to filter into Baba Mohbad's ears. And because the information will filter into his ears, Baba Mohbad is going to insist that the burial does not even take place at the first place. But it was at night.
That's why they coerce him. They coerce him.
Imagine Baba Mohbad carrying Mohbad's corpse to Ekiti State just because he wants to do spiritual stuff on that body. What could have happened on the road, on the way? What kind of information would they have peddled online?
He will not get there.
Because what they will say is that, he was alive when she took him, he was alive when he took him, and what happened to him? He died on the way, instead of him to take the boy to the hospital.
And all of them would have spoken in unity.
They will speak in unity, and at the end of the day, Mohbad will end up in jail. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, that the long-term plan that they had was to put Baba Mohbad in a situation whereby he does not have the capacity to fight or to continue to fight for justice for his son. Either to put him in the same, or to send him to the same destination they sent Mohbad, or to send him to jail, because what pre-imprisonment? Because what? I'm sorry if I'm taking your time, sir. So what?
No. Carry on.
Because what imprisonment does is that imprisonment kills the human zeal or the human soul. If you have any plans, any great, any lofty ambitions, if you are kept in prison, where you can't, read any book, you can't act in freedom, you can't do whatever you want to do in freedom, whatever zeal, whatever plan you have in mind, everything will fizzle out with time.
Of course not.
Because we're in confinement. Yes. Because we're in confinement. And you are seeing you are seeing fellow prisoners who have been there for years. They are telling you their stories. You haven't, it's a hopeless situation. You just the first thing is you want to get out of jail. That's what will be in your mind. So they want to keep him in that situation where he has no capacity to fight. And he's going to he's going to say, well, I've given everything to God. Just like, a lot of those funny rabble-rousers are advising Baba to
leave it to God.
Leave the fight for God. Leave the fight for God. Let God fight the fight. Well, if God should fight the fight, why do we have a constitution? Why do we have a nation? Nigeria is an artificial creation. It was created by man. And as such, the laws that is in the country, guide the activities of the Nigerians, of its citizens. So why would we leave things into the hands of God when in this circumstance we have a law that instructs us on how to what to do and how to go about cases like this, when we have a constitution, and they will say, give things to God. Let's leave it to God. God will judge it. No, it doesn't work that way. So all those people that are talking, they know what they are doing. It's either they are suffering from analysis paralysis, or they are speaking from their own, I would say, myopic mindsets, because they fail to appraise the circumstances why are we here in the first place? Why do we have the smoke? Where is the fire coming from? Let's address the fire, and then later the smoke will fizzle out. So we know where they are going, and the problem is the listeners, because these guys, when they discuss in such a way that the listeners, some people listen to them, they base more on the emotional aspect of things than the logic, than the sense in it. I'm not saying 100% logic. I'm saying it is 100% emotion. They will sensationalize the whole, oh, look at how his neck was buried. It was a celebrity for crying out loud. Why can't they even get him a casket? Look and see, how can he start like that? And his wife was, he has a son. All those things is just emotionalizing chaff, pieces of chaff. How did Mohbad died? If Mohbad had died, if Mohbad was alive and banging, would it be in that situation at the first place? Okay, since he died, why didn't the police release a police report? Why didn't the hospital obey the Lagos State coroner law and put the boy in the morgue? Why asking the parents to find the police report? You see, was Baba Mohbad there when the coffin was purchased? Was he also there when Mohbad was placed in the coffin? Was he there when the boy was buried? You see, so these are the things that they are not touching on, but they won't touch on it because they have to be selective in the way they analyze and discuss their issues. Why? Because they need to they need to paint all the forms of emotional stuff around so they can justify. Because we know where they are going, because they are making statements like they don't want to blame Wuhan, they don't want to blame Wuhan, they don't want to be know where they are going. I even heard that. I even had one person even say women are going through shit. They're also trying to bring feminism, into the issue. Was it okay? What happened? Okay, Baba Mohbad was an adult at risk of harm. What if, as Wuhan's stepsister made that statement that he called Baba Mohbad and she begged him for 8 hours, please don't bury Mohbad. And the man went to bury. She indicated that Baba Mohbad was glad that Mohbad passed. And he couldn't even wait for Mohbad to take his last breath before he took the boy and threw him into the hole and covered him up and buried him. What if some diehard, zealous Mohbad fans hears about that and then maybe sees Mohbad's dad somewhere and they just shoot him, or they just stone him, or they just hurt him, or they stab him somewhere? Because during that time, before the man came out to make a disclaimer, debunk most of those lies on BBC, his videos were, if Mohbad is going to work, his videos will be online. If he's traveling from one state to another, his videos will be online. What if someone just accost him and just stab him, or just beat him up, or hurt him, or injure him because of those wrong narrative that was spread there? And still, those wrong narrative are still in the minds of a lot of Instagrammers. If you go on Instagram, so many people, most of those wrong narrative have gone so far in their minds, and it has made a lot of people lose interest in the first place. If not for some of them creeping on TikTok, creeping to TikTok and seeing some facts and some truth. What about his character that was assassinated? What about, is he not a human being? So they're trying to bring all forms of isms and feminisms and bullying and minor bullying and all. If you live in glass house, don't trust it. If you live in glass house, do not throw stones. If you have a fragile but son like Liam, okay, then you should not attack a grandfather like Mr. Joseph Aloba and lie against him. Because God will definitely raise an army of men, or God will definitely raise stones. Let's just say stones from the ground. God will pick stones from the ground and raise them in defense. Because God will not open his eyes and allow some miscreants to defame that man up to the point of, putting him out or selling him out to anybody. It's just like you're telling me, anybody that sees this man, I beg just do one for him. If you see him, just stab him, not consult him. Buy him if you see him. That was how the man was, the long narrative was peddled against that man online. So when those stones that God has raised now are now stoning your glass house, which is Liam, how about that? Because at the first place, you should have considered that you have something to defend before you attack someone else. And all those gaslighting on minor, we are bullying a minor, we are all minors, right? I'm also a minor, okay? So it's not about a minor in this case. Because Mohbad was a minor too. If you considered Mohbad as a human being, he would not be treated in that fashion. And if you considered Mohbad's father as a human being, you will not attack him or assassinate his character before you gather, or without gathering all the truth. You did not wait to gather the truth. You allow your mind to be misled by these manipulators, and they facilitated, they twisted your mind, and then you dwell on that for a very long time. And just because some people came online because they couldn't control Baba Mohbad, they couldn't get him to do their bidding. They couldn't force him to sign certain contracts. So they peddled a lot of rumors and negativities around him. And then you gobbled it up. You gobbled all the wrong narrative that was peddled against that man. And then because of that, you open a platform out of that negativity in your mind, and you begin to preach the gospel of negativity, and you begin to justify the actions of the people who occupied Mohbad and paint them in good light. They will say, look at what they will say, I'm neutral. I don't have anything against Liam. I don't have anything against
themselves. Nobody is neutral in jail for him. Is it that you are for Baba Mohbad and Mohbad, or you are for Wumi, the killer of Mohbad?
It's as simple as that. They will say they are neutral. They will say they are neutral. I can't inherit someone's enemy. I can't be involved in the bullying of a widow. I can't bully a minor. I'm a woman too. I can't. No, all those things are mere excuses to justify their support, for the wrong, justify their wrong position. But when you tender Baba Mohbad and you explain to them, they will come against. They will say no. Look at what happened recently when 2 voice notes came out, and one voice note was directly dangerous to G4M, because a proponent, somebody who claims to be a proponent of G4M, who is a supporter of Baba Mohbad, was on a platform that is known to be anti Joseph Aloba, and he was saying something that the voice notes is going to, that indicated that it's going to deal with those behind the release of the voice notes that transpired between the VN between Mohbad and his partner, and that he is expressing regret. And he said there's a secret that these people they want to do me bad, and they want to do us bad things, and the secret is going to be exposed. And these are what secrets? They are not addressing that heavy and highly implicating, incriminating voice notes. They are talking about Grexy beating Baba, flogging, bullying Baba, despite the fact that Baba has came out to debunk that lie, and despite the fact that Grexy has came out to debunk it. Recently, Baba came on, I think, on a live. He hopped on a live, and he was requesting for bring Grexy up. Each time, anywhere Grexy goes, and Baba goes, Grexy is always coming along. He's always helping along, saying about Baba. Some of them who are saying this thing, they were like, they suddenly, those who were supporting, those noise makers and rabble rousers and spoilers, they suddenly began to care for Baba. And they began to support Baba. Baba is being bullied. Baba, some of them even came to cry that Baba is being bullied by Gurezi. Baba is there crying, and all those fake tears. They thought it's going to shake us. But we all knew that all this stuff was, we all knew that it was just farcical gyration to anywhere Baba says he's going. If Baba says I'm going left, they will say no, right. If Baba says I'm going right, they will say no, left. If Baba says him and Gorexi are good, they will say no, they are not good. They will peddle, they will broadcast the voice note, analyze it, use it to distract. If Baba says okay, Gorexi be going, they will say Baba shouldn't have left Gorexi. Gorexi that did this for Baba, Gorexi that did that for Baba, Gorexi he even had accidents for Baba. He suffered, he almost died for the man. And look at how the man treated. Look at how the man treated him. And they will go on Gorexi's TikTok and they will try to buy Gorexi over to their side. Just like so, Gorexi will now be on their platforms saying, "I suffered. It was me who did this. It was me who did that." Gorexi will now join them, and Gorexi will now they will give him maybe a crown, and they will give him some maybe some award, and actually appreciate the services for Injefa. So they will be the ones supporting him against the man. Meanwhile, they are the ones telling the man now to let Gorexi to go. After the man said there is no issue between him and Gorexi. You see, so we know those who we are dealing with.
They are very manipulative.
Yes. So we know those who we are dealing with in this fight. And the problem is just their audience. Because the minds of their audience, sometimes I just feel pity. Their audience, those who listen to them, and those who vibe, we have people who listen to them who just watch. We have people who listen to them and gobble up whatever they say. It is those ones I pity. And like I said, I just want to bring this quote, I think by one guy that says, the illiterate of the future of the 21st century is not those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. When the wrong narrative about Baba was peddled online, virtually every one of us came out and we like, what Baba did was not good. What Baba did was not good. But when we learned, and when we heard about what Baba Aloba said, we began to unlearn all those wrong things or wrong narrative that was peddled against him, and we began to relearn the truths. So let me put a pause. Maybe some other people have something to say. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to put this platform. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gladiator Crocodile. God bless you. One important thing is there are only two pathways in justice for Mohbad. The pathway of the killer or killers and the pathway of justice fighter. And at the end of the affair of that justice fighter is Emperor Joseph Aloba, while other contrasting pathways are that of the killer and killers of Mohbad. So there's nothing like neutrality. Nobody is neutral. There's no fence. They have demolished the fence, so nobody is sitting on any fence. So don't be saying that I'm just sitting on the fence or I'm neutral. There's no neutrality.
It's
either you are acidic or you are basic.
Yes. There is no fence. There is no engagement. Is there? There's no more engagement because all those argue. Let me engage you. All those days of engagement is long gone.
I'm telling you.
The days of plain neutrality. If we play neutrality, we know where you are sitting because we know there is no fence. So if we play neutrality, we know where you are on. We know you are on the other side. You're just pretending. So you can be playing double. You can be shifting grounds as you want. No, we know. And if you have opened your mouth and insulted Baba Loba before, and you say, I insult Baba Loba, at that time I don't know the truth. Now I know the truth. You are just playing. We don't recognize you anymore. If you like, so they will say they will insult the man. They will insult him every corner. They will insult him everywhere. Despite knowing the truth, that they will now come as maybe something happens. They will say, maybe they're having a fight, a beef with one of themselves, and they begin to now side Baba Loba because they need some support from Baba Loba's side, and they'll be like, I've seen the truth. I was lied to. I don't know that time. I don't know. We too, we will say, sorry. Oh, okay. But we know. We'll pretend. We'll pretend like, okay, you don't know. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. But we don't, we know you can't shift grants. You can't join the train. The train has gone. So we too, as you are deceiving yourself, you try to, we too, we also deceive you. Yeah, because we want to deceive you because we want you to spill the content of your. We want you to see what this content of your mouth. We want you to spill it, because if you are having a problem with your fellow, noisemaker whom both of you have jointly insulted Baba, we will come to your side to pretend like we are with you, so that you will spill out the dealings between that you guys have had between yourself. So when you spill it out, then we'll just be say, okay, then we use it, we hold it in our heads. So because we know you're going to shift. Once everything goes, you will all, rally behind each other every time, everyone once in a while. So yeah. So that's how it works. So let them keep playing, let them keep deceiving themselves. They have an issue, they will talk nice about Baba, so they can get some fans and some views. Because something I noticed about them is that they can't stay alone. They are scared. They either want to belong to themselves or belong to some of. They want to have a sense of belonging. When they fight against themselves, they want to say, okay, I'm fighting with my team. I don't want to be alone. Okay, let me speak in support of Baba, so that Baba supporters will come and, they'll come and warm me, or they work that I'm feeling cold. Baba supporters will come out. They'll fill my platform. They'll cover me up with some blanket. They'll make me feel warm. We will come and make you feel warm because we want you to see what we want you to spill the content of your mouth, what you guys have together. Once we get what we want to get from you, we'll take the blanket from you, get cold again, because we know you're going to go back, to yourselves. Brotherhood of, according to what we Shark said, Big Shark said, brotherhood of darkness. We already know the stock from which they are made. So it goes that way. Thank you.
Thank you very much once again, Gladiator Crocodile. Gladiator Riccardi, are you there, please?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you very much, Michael.
Oh, God, good afternoon, Boboleo. President, our generals. Emperor, the man, I show man do one. Never repeat, yeah.
Ẹ̀tọ́ Joseph Alọ́ba.
Àjọ máa ń jó wọn.
Wọ́n máa ń ké gidi, wọ́n máa ń ké gidi.
Mi ò máa rí rẹ̀ rí o. Mo kọjá sí nìkan ni ebi tí mo ti wá wo fámílì kìíní tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ JFM. Ló bá ní àwọn tiẹ̀. Oyún máa ń bí ohun tóun ṣe máa ń gbọ́ tí Vengeance yẹn máa ń pè ní Emperor.
Wọ́n máa ké kú ni.
Àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Ẹ bá bá mi repeat ẹ̀ sà. Àwọn olórí burúkú ìka. Ikú Mohbad ló clear jù. Ṣé ọkùnrin yẹn èèyàn kan ló bí wọn ni tí kan ní òtọ́rọ̀ ẹjọ́ obìnrin? Because you are a woman, they should be killing your husband. Tẹ́fẹ́ pa gbogbo àwọn ọkùnrin yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀ ìtara wọn ọmọ yìí máa fẹ́. Ikú yẹn ló bèrè lọ́wọ́ Wùmí pọ́kẹ́ kí ló kọ akọ ìwọ tó ní ikú tó yẹ kọ́ ọmọ ẹ gbà kọ́ ọmọ oṣù márùn-ún. Òun lọ kọ ní boyfriend ẹ gbà kú. Explain to us. Ẹ lè explain. Ẹ tún support ẹ. Ṣé ọkọ̀ kọ́ ló bí wọn bàbá adìyẹ ni? Ó jábọ́ látọ̀run ni. I don't understand àwọn Yorùbá people yìí. They are so wicked. Wọ́n mọ̀ ìka ní gbogbo wọn. All of them ìka ní gbogbo wọn. Ìka ò jẹ́ ṣe wọ́n lè gbọ́ wọn lè gbà pé èkánná ẹsẹ̀ wọn ẹyọ kọ̀ọ̀kan tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ń support aburú. Ẹ wá ní ká burú má ṣe yín. There is no two way about it. Gbogbo yín pátápátá tẹ̀ ń da bàbá oníbàbá láàmú lórí ikú ọmọ ẹ̀. Gbogbo yín ni irú ẹ̀ máa ṣe. Gbogbo yín pátápátá. Kí ló dé tẹ ìyàkà náà? Ẹ jẹ́ fi ìkálẹ̀. Ẹ wá mẹ́rin tí tó bí ọmọ tí ò sí mẹ́gbà tọmọ kú. Ẹ wá gbógun tì í. Àdàbí tó pé bàbá yẹn wà ń bẹ̀. Can you imagine? Kúmi máa sọ pé òun ṣe rí òun ra wíìgì $800. Ó gbé sórí ṣé Wùmí ṣiṣẹ́ rí ni? lórí ògùn ojú ọmọ ọlọ́mọ àní Wùmí ò dẹ̀ tún rẹ́rìn-ín Wùmí ò rẹ́rìn-ín lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run Wùmí ò ní lọ scot-free àfi tí ò bá sọ Ọlọ́run lókè mọ́ ni ẹ̀mọ̀ wá ní kọ́lọ́hún ṣe ìdájọ́ bọ̀ tó bá mú pásítọ̀ yìí ẹ̀ ní kọ́lọ́hún ṣe ìdájọ́ ẹ̀ ní kọ́ gbé wọn ká pásítọ̀ àgbà àwọn èèyàn lọ sí kóòtù gbogbo sẹ́ńtímẹ́ǹtì kọ́lọ́hún ṣe ìdájọ́ yẹn kò wọ́ọ̀kì mọ́ ojú ti là gbogbo wa bèbí ti ṣẹ́jú náà Ọlọ́run kọ́ ló máa ṣe ìdájọ́ there's no ignorance in court of law nílùú òyìnbó they will deal with you gbogbo yìí tí wọ́n kọ́ nílẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n ń kọ́ yín nínú wọn á kọ́ yín nílùú òyìnbó. ọmọ ọ̀dà ayéjì lásán bóyá pé ọmọ 16 ó pàdé ẹ̀ lójú títí ó gba fóònù nọ́mbẹ̀ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ṣe jẹ́ COS tẹ́ wá láti Nàìjíríà tó gba fóònù nọ́mbẹ̀ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ pé ó fẹ́ bí friend yẹ táwọn òbí ẹ̀ bá ká fóònù wọn lọ́wọ́ tó rí ọmọ àlọ́fẹjọ́ lọ sọ ọlọ́pàá máa wá mú ilé tẹ́ bá ti ń wọ́ ọmọ yín wọ́n ti wà ní prison lẹ́yìn yẹn wọ́n máa gbá yín dá padà sílé ṣé ní ìwà wèrè ìwà ìlẹ́kọ̀ọ́lẹ̀ tí mo yín lára kẹ́ṣe kàtọ́ ẹni pátápátá ẹ̀ wá gbàgbé ẹ̀ fóṣù mẹ́ta Wùmí ṣe nípa àgbàgbé lè fóṣù mẹ́ta ìdé iye ìwọ ìkà very wicked àtẹni gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ àìjẹ́ ó lè ṣe ń sùn lè ṣe ń jiná ọmọ ọlọ́mọ wà nínú kọ́ tó bá dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé fẹ́ mọ̀ pé iṣẹ́ tó ń gbé ni èdè fọmọ ọlọ́mọ sílẹ̀ kí ló kọ́ ọmọ ọlọ́mọ fún ẹ ti ṣe ti pẹ́nu fámìlì yìí ilé ìlẹ̀ máa fi ṣèṣe mọ́ ẹ̀yin ìka gbogbo yìí ìlòdò wa rẹ́rìn-ín tí bá tiẹ̀ ti rántí sinẹ́rọ̀ mi tó sọ pé kí bàbá kó gbé ọmọ ẹ̀ kó lọ́rọ́ àyà máa kó ẹ̀wù mí o ó mà ṣe o ó mà ṣe o ṣé tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ Dangote ó lè pákó ní kí bàbá ẹ̀ wá gbé ní débẹ̀ náà ní débẹ̀ ṣé ẹni tí ó bá ti lówó lọ́wọ́ kò ráyé wá ní Nàìjíríà ẹ̀yin gan ṣé bàbá yìí gbowó wá látọ̀run ni kí ló dé tẹ ìyá kaná. ṣe mo lówó kọkọ ọlọ́kọ̀ ló kú láti jọ mẹ́ta ìdílé ẹni bó ṣe lọ́wọ́ tọ́ ní Ìbàdàn ṣé kò kú ni. lámìdí gàdàdì onítáyà ó kọ́lé títí tí gbogbo district gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ń bẹ̀ ṣé kò kú ni gbogbo nǹkan tó máa tán kí lè ń pa ọmọlàkejì yín fún. ẹ jẹ́ kọ́mọ ẹyẹ dàgbà ẹja lóró ẹ tún ní kí bàbá ẹ̀ fọ́fọ́ ìṣòní kó níṣó no way Wùmí ò ní lọ scot-free Ọlọ́run bọ́lọ́run ti ń jẹ ẹyọ kan yìí sẹ́ Wùmí ò ní lọ scot-free. tọ́ba dẹ̀ ti fa gbùrú ẹ wọ́n fa gbó àti ọba tó rún ẹ̀ pọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọlọ́mọ yẹn tọ́ba fẹ́ máa dọ́ra yẹn kò sẹ́ni tó sọ̀pù yín pé kàn má dọ́ra yín kò sẹ́ni tó sọ̀pù yín kàn má bímọ fúnra yín kí ló pọ̀ ọmọlọ́mọ fún kí lè bí ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ lè gbòdò fún kí ló dé tẹ̀ ìjẹ́ kó rògbò ẹ̀ lò kí bàbá ẹ̀ dé enjoy ọmọ ọlọ́mọ ògo gbogbo Nàìjíríà ní Mohbad ògo gbogbo Nàìjíríà ní tẹ́kọ̀ ọmọ yẹn wà láyé ọmọ agájú gbogbo àwọn Wizkid yẹn lọ gbogbo wọn gbogbo yín tẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ nípò ọmọ yẹn gbogbo yín báyìí ẹ̀mí máa lọ sí ni Wùmí ìwọ ló ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn nínú ilé yẹn Wùmí ló pa Mohbad Wùmí kó òjijì ló máa pa ẹ́ ọkọ rẹ̀ tó kú yẹn ó máa gbé lọ sí kóòtù báyìí ó máa kó ṣẹkẹṣẹkẹ sí ẹ lọ́wọ́ Wùmí pé ó máa lọ scot-free yẹn Wùmí ò lè lọ scot-free gbogbo àwọn obìnrin tó ń sọ pé tó ń ṣe because it's a woman because it's a woman ló ní audacity láti pa boyfriend yẹn tó bá jẹ́ àbúrò yín ọkùnrin kọ́ tó bá jẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n yín ọkùnrin kọ́ àbí tó bá jẹ́ bàbá yẹn ní kíyà yín pa kíyà yín máa lọ scot-free kí ló dé tẹ ìyàkà náà kí ló dé tẹ ìnẹ́mi Ọlọ́run gbogbo nǹkan ló máa tọ́ nílé ayé yìí kí ló dé tẹ ìyàkà nítorí pé ìfẹ́ lo lavish life ara yín ẹ ti máa ń ṣe tipẹ́ ní Nàìjíríà yẹn eléyìí lè máa fi ṣàṣemọ́ eléyìí lè máa fi ṣòpin àdàbí ọmọ yẹn ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ bàbá jẹ́ kí bàbá ẹ̀ jẹ́rẹ̀ ẹ̀ abiyamọ wo ló lè gbọ́ pé ọmọ òun ṣiṣẹ́ àkáǹtì ìyá ìyàwó náà ń kọ́wọ́ sí ẹni tó máa ń ṣiṣẹ́ lábẹ́ ẹ̀ ní àkáǹtì ìyá ìyàwó ṣọ́pọ̀ yóò ná àkáǹtì ìyá ìyàwó ló máa ń kọ́wọ́ sí èwo ló lè gbọ́ nínú yín tínú ẹ̀ máa dùn wọ́n tún fi yín lẹ̀ àfùgbàtà ẹ̀ ṣáà tún pa ọmọ yìí bẹ́ẹ̀ bá pa Mohbad yìí gbé ẹ̀ lè pa Mohbad yìí gbé irọ́ ni kí ló dé ẹ má dé máa pẹ́ra yín lábẹ́ àmọ́ ẹ̀yin kan ẹ wá ẹ má wá bí èèyàn gidi ẹ̀yin náà lẹ́tí mo máa gbógun ti bàbá òní bàbá ẹ gbàdúrà kí irú ẹ̀ ṣe yín náà. Bàbá gbọ́dọ̀ dúró bàbá gbọ́dọ̀ rìn kí ló dé tí kà ń gbẹ́nu yín kí ló dé tí gbogbo inú yín kún fún ejò àti àkekèé. Ogun ọ̀run tó wà ní wákàtí ọ̀wọ̀ yìí orígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àgbáyé ẹgbẹ́ agbára tí Ọlọ́run fi ń jẹ́ Ọlọ́run Wùmí ò gbọ́dọ̀ lọ scot-free. Wùmí ò gbọ́dọ̀ lọ scot-free. O lè pọ́ ọmọ yẹn Wùmí kó o náà máa lọ scot-free pé wọ́n rẹ́rìn ò lè rẹ́rìn o lè gbomi lójú gbogbo àgbáyé kí yẹn Wùmí kí wọ́n ní wọ́n fẹ́ rẹ́rìn but that doesn't belong to his father alone it belongs to all of us. Àwọn èèyàn tó dúró lótìtọ́ pé kí ló dé ọmọ yóò gbọ́dọ̀ kú báyìí wo olórí burúkú dàgátà o ti rìkọ́ọ̀dì bàbá yẹn from day one ṣé bí ọba arọ́sọ lánàá ó ní kí náà pé ps ó sọ fún un pé anti justice ní Lagata kóun ṣọ́ra fún. He said it yesterday on his platform so you know yourself from day one. Lagata ò dẹ̀ wà ní UK ò wá òkè. There is a lot of opportunity. Gbogbo nǹkan tó fi ń rìkọ́ọ̀dù bàbá yẹn you can go to school. Wọ́n bẹ̀ sanwó school rẹ̀ wá tún fún ẹ ní wọ́n fún ẹ ní bí almost £5,000 every 3 months kó o lọ sílé ìwé. You will sit down and comfortable nínú ilé ààrẹ pẹ̀lú laptop àti mobile phone. Wọ́n máa ṣe project manager ṣe gbogbo ìbò wọ́n máa gbóyìnbó sọ̀rọ̀ lórí fóònù. O ò ní kúrò nínú ilé ẹ gbogbo ọpọlọ yẹn o ò lè lọ fún yẹn òun lò láti rìkọ́ọ̀dù bàbá ọmọlọ́mọ tí bàbá tí ò ń pa ọmọ ẹ̀ Lagata. Gbogbo IT tí wọ́n ní ìwọ̀n áàkì yẹn o ò lè lọ fún nǹkan gidi. Àwọn ọmọ yẹn táwọn IT ń gbà nílùú òyìnbó lóṣù káàtì ẹ̀ nípò ti ní criminal record tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ o ti bá DBS ẹ jẹ́ Lagata after 5 years ó máa clear by the time tó lọ sí school ṣé 5 years yẹn ò ní pé ni wọn ní nítorí pé tí bá DBS ẹ jẹ́ kó wọ́n ní fún ẹ wọn ní sanwó school ẹ pé wọ́n tún ní máa wá sanwó school ẹ wọ́n tún máa fún ẹ almost £5,000 every 3 months Lagata olórí burúkú olóṣì ó rí ọpọlọ yẹn lọ Lagata gbogbo yín pátápátá báyìí ẹ ní lọ scot-free àdàbí wọ́n mú ọmọ tí ẹ fẹ́ kó yè Lagata kò lè lè ìwọ pọ ọmọ lọ́mọ kan ìwọ ń sọ̀kọ̀ orí kọ́ọ̀dù bàbá ẹ̀ wọ́n á ṣerú ẹ̀ fún ẹ Lagata Ìdòwú wọ́n á ṣerú ẹ̀ fún ẹ àfi tó bá sọ Ọlọ́run lókè mọ́ gbogbo yín gbà tẹ́ bá wá ń sunkún yín àwọn èèyàn onímọ̀ nǹkan tẹ́ ti ṣe ọmọ adé ọlọ́lọ́mọ àwọn ọmọ ẹni táwọn ṣẹ̀ ẹ tètè mẹ́ni tẹ̀ ṣẹ̀ nísìnyí o torí ẹlẹ́dàá bàbá Joseph ọlọ́ba máa dájọ́ fún gbogbo yín àti Mohbad tó bá jẹ́ àbúrò yín náà pa bẹ́ẹ̀ náà pa nípa ipa burúkú bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn báwo lẹ̀ ṣe fẹ́ sí i Yọ̀mí ṣé wọ́n pa àbúrò ẹ̀ ò rí justice àbúrò ẹ̀ ṣe o wá ganu sówó olùpẹ́ kan tẹ́yà bá fẹ́ jọ kí ló máa fowó yẹn ṣe kó o lè ṣe kọ́kọ́ fún ẹ Yọ̀mí ṣe bó o ti máa mọ̀ títí ẹ wá bí ìwọ́n mú tiẹ̀ mọ̀ ń mú òmu sápá wá síbi jẹ́ ká máa wò ó gbogbo yín pátápátá lọ́wọ́ máa ṣèdájọ́ fún àti láti olórí burúkú ní fracas kíyẹn náà máa wá àkọ́kọ́ ṣe kó ní fracas lòun fi ń jẹun gbogbo àwọn ọkùnrin játijàti jẹ́ rédèrèdè àtàwọn obìnrin tó ń sọ̀pọ̀tì gbogbo yín ṣé àwọn ọkùnrin èèyàn kọ́ ló bí wọn ó jábọ́ látòkè ṣé àìmọye ọkùnrin tó máa ń suffer abuse nínú marriage nítorí pé wọ́n máa ń dákẹ́ wọn kí lè sọ̀rọ̀ nítorí pé tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ society ọmọ bá ọkùnrin yẹn o lè fèsì o lè sọ́ọ̀tì láìpù ilé obìnrin fìyà jẹ mo ní àwọn ọkùnrin tẹ́kù omi máa ń jábọ́ lójú wọn nínú abuse táwọn fèsì nínú ilé wọn sọtọ́rọ́ àjọbìnrin yẹn àwọn ti fún wa lọ́dà títí ká máa ṣe kà fáwọn ọkùnrin tí Ọlọ́run fún wa tábà pa gbogbo wọn ta ló máa fẹ́ ta ló àwọn ọmọ wa máa fẹ́ ẹ̀yin ìka òṣì nítorí fẹ́ dé wígẹ̀tì $8,000 tó ní dé mi ìmọ̀ láyé mi kí ló dé tẹ̀ ní tẹ lọ́rùn kí ló dé tẹ̀ yàkà náà gbogbo yín pátápátá báyìí ikú oró ni gbogbo yín máa kú àti láti ọ̀run. Gbogbo yín pátápátá báyìí ẹ máa fomi jó fún gbogbo yín pátápátá báyìí látòkè délẹ̀ tẹ máa wá bí ọ̀rẹ́ tẹ máa gbomi jó lẹ́nu lójú bàbá yẹn kí ló dé ọgbẹ́ ọkàn wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀yin kọ́ dẹ̀ mú kí ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń tún gun kókúkókú kí ló ṣe tí bàbá yẹn bá ṣe bó ṣe wà yẹn lè jí gbé ọlọ́run ni ò ní fún yín ṣe nítorí pé ẹ̀fẹ́ kí Wùmí lọ sẹ́wọ̀n. ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ jẹ́ kí Wùmí kó fẹ́ sí pírọ́blẹ̀mù ẹ̀ alókùnrin alóbìnrin níran wa náà kí ló dé tẹ ìyàkà náà ní sober reflection ní nípa gbogbo ìwà burúkú tẹ̀ ń wù yìí dẹ̀ fẹ́ jèrè ní jèrè ẹ má fẹ́nu lọ jàre gbogbo ilé jàre ẹ ṣe jàre.
ẹ kú ètò gbogbo ilé. Mo kò ní jù kò bànújẹ́ sínú ilé ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan wa. Abẹ́nilórí kì í fẹ́ jẹ́ kán gbé dàrú ìgbà ẹ̀yìn orí òun. Bí ọ̀rọ̀ wọn bó ṣe wà nìyẹn. Tẹ́ bá ti rí gbogbo Boko Haram tó ń bẹ̀yàn lórí. Abẹ́nilórí kì í fẹ́ jẹ́ kán gbé dàgbà orí òun. Bó sì ṣe wulẹ̀ kán ṣe tó wọ́n ní ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀ kan kò ní lọ láì jìyà. Wàláì àwọn náà máa jẹ̀yà tiwọn lódidi ni odidi báyìí ni mo jẹ̀yà wọn. Gbogbo nǹkan sì ń ṣe wọn àwàdà ni mo pè tí mo bá ti dákẹ́ fún wọn gbogbo wọn lọ́wọ́ tẹ̀ gbogbo wọn tó lọ́wọ́ nù kú bọ̀bọ̀ yìí because ògo ni ọlọ́mọ mọ̀jàbọ̀ wá ṣèkà o wọ́n wá pẹ̀mí ẹlẹ́ni mọ́ pa lẹ́kúnjayé mọ̀ àpọ̀njú ó nísìnyí ágó náà ní nísìnyí ewé ojú omi rè nísìnyí mọ̀ ní nísìnyí torí igbá ìrídìjókòó àwọn gun ò ní rídìjókòó ní gbogbo ibikíbi tán bá wà gbogbo ẹ̀dá tó bá ti wà nínú ayé tó sọ yìí pé òun ò ní jẹ́ kọ́mọ ọlọ́mọ ó gbérí tán fi pa tògótògó látòrí àkọ́bí títí wọn náà dùn láti kàn wọn. Ọlọ́run ó wo yí pé mi ò tí ì jẹpo mi ò tí ì jata láàárọ̀ mi ò tí ì fi iyọ̀ kanu ẹ̀mí mímọ́ bínú sí wọn ni lágbára Ọlọ́run ọ̀run máa bínú sí irú àwọn ẹ̀dá bẹ́ẹ̀ because ọ̀rọ̀ wọn ó sú èmi ẹni tó yẹ kán ti lọ yẹgi fún tipẹ́ àwọn èèyàn ló ń dúró dè wọ́n ẹni tó bá le tó Elédùmarè tó bá ṣe yí pé mo ní àjẹni bí mo ṣe wà yìí irú wúmà kan ń pè ní Wùmí yẹn ojú rẹ̀ méjèèjì ojú ẹ̀ méjèèjì kí ẹ máa pa díẹ̀díẹ̀ kí n ti ẹ̀rọ ojú ẹ̀ yọ tẹ́mi bá lè rájẹ̀ gbà ní lémi ní ti tèmi o ojú rẹ̀ méjèèjì lèmi ò bá lọ yọ jẹ kí ẹ kọ́kọ́ fẹlẹ ń dàn wò ná kán wò bí ṣe rí torí mi ò mọ̀ tílé ayé tó ní gbogbo wọn ní ara ọ̀run yóò ní wọn lára ní bí wọn ṣe wà yẹn lágbára Ọlọ́run wọn kán ẹni ẹlẹ́ni lẹ́yìn ọ̀kan ni o Ọlọ́run ni ó ká wọn lẹ́yìn ọ̀kan Ọlọ́run èèyàn làwọn tán kán bàbá Mohbad lẹ́yìn ọ̀kan Ọlọ́run ni ó ká wọn lẹ́yìn ọ̀kan wàláhì ilẹ̀ azim bó ṣe wulẹ̀ kán pẹ́ láyé tó ojú táwọn gan náà rí bí lágbára Ọlọ́run wàláhì tàláì súnmọ́ bí láìlẹ̀ àsìláwà Ọlọ́run wọlá àwọn tó láyé ni ó jẹ́ kójú tiwọn náà rí bí because bí wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe nínú ayé bí ìgbà yìí pé àwọn làwọn jùbà àwọn làwọn tó bá àwọn làwọn ṣe báyìí mọ̀ yí pé ilé ayé òfúùtù fẹ́ tẹ́ni ilé ayé ilé asán kò sí ń ta mú wá kò sí ń ta mú lọ èmi ò mọ tí ọmọ ènìyàn tán wá wálé ayé koko mọ́ yàbẹ́ yẹn fún kò sí wàhálà ó lè pẹ́ lójú wa ni ìdájọ́ Ọlọ́run ó ṣẹ lórí tàwọn náà tó ṣe yí pé àwọn èèyàn wà mọ́ ní ha ẹni tó bá sì ṣe ha nínú gbogbo àwọn èèyàn nígbà tí láàbí bá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn ogun ha wọn ó ṣẹlẹ̀ lé tiwọn náà because ta ló lè gbà kí ọmọ tí tòun ó kú lásìkò tí ògo rẹ̀ tó dé ògo ìlú ni Mohbad ògo ni bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn kọ́lọ́run Elédùmarè kó jẹ́ kí ọmọ rẹ̀ ò ní lárí àdúrà tèmi ń gbà nù
gbogbo ìgbà tí n bá ti rí ọmọ bọ̀bọ̀ yìí mo jẹ́ ẹnìkan tó sì ní pé kó kàwé tí mo bá kàwé èmi náà bá mọ nǹkan tí ń ṣe nínú ikú Mohbad àmọ́ èmi tí mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ afọ́jú ni mí ẹnikẹ́ni tí ò bá ti kàwé afọ́jú tó fọ́jú inú gan ó bẹ́tà rẹ̀ àmẹ́ni tí ò gbá léèwé kọjá afọ́jú ayérayé ni í máa ń dùn mí bẹ́ẹ̀ tí mo mọ̀ yí pé mi ò ní agbára kankan tí mo lè ṣe lórí ikú bọ̀bọ́ yìí ju kí n máa fún àwọn tó lọ́wọ́ nínú ikú rẹ̀ lọ ìṣẹ̀dá gbogbo tiwọn náà wọlẹ̀ lójijì ni lágbára Ọlọ́run gbogbo àwọn tó ṣe irú ìwà fún Mohbad ìṣẹ̀dá títí wọn náà ni ó wọlẹ̀ lójijì lágbára Ọlọ́run àtọmọdé wọn o àtàgbà wọn ìṣẹ̀dá tiwọn náà wọlẹ̀ lójijì ni torí gbogbo ìgbà tí n bá wà ní evil tí n bá rí tẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ bọ̀bọ̀ yìí mo máa ń sunkún ni Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè tó lọ́jọ́ ni kó bá àwọn rẹ bàbá rẹ̀ lẹ́kún ó fi jẹ́ tèmi náà kọ́lọ́run kó bá mi kú gbogbo ògo inú ilé ẹ̀rọ kọ̀ọ̀kan kò ní wọlé lágbára Ọlọ́run gbogbo ìgbà tó lọ Ọlọ́run wọlé ayé fún mi sí ìsìn omi sẹ́nu mi ò tí ì jata lónìí mi ì tí ì jẹpo ariwo ha ni ó ṣẹlẹ̀ nílé tiwọn náà ikú òjijì ni gbogbo wọn lágbára Ọlọ́run torí kò sí ẹ̀dá kò sí àgbà tó wù bí ó sọ yí pé kí ògo òun kó wọlẹ̀ lójijì bí ó ṣe pa ògo ìlú Nàìjíríà ọmọ tó yanjú nù ilé tiwọn náà lọ́lọ́run ó padà nù lágbára Ọlọ́run ògo Ọlọ́run yóò jẹ́ kí ó sì ṣe tó ṣe yí pé ibi tí màá rotì làwọn náà ti kú òjijì torí kò wù bàbá Mohbad kí ọmọ rẹ̀ kó lọ lójijì ní agbára Ọlọ́run gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nínú ilé lágbára Ọlọ́run tẹ́ wà ní FIP ògo ọmọ yìí ò ní wọlẹ̀ lójijì lágbára Ọlọ́run gbogbo ẹ̀dá tó wá pa Mohbad gbogbo ẹ̀dá tó lọ́wọ́ nínú ikú rẹ̀ tó ní ọwọ́ nínú ikú rẹ̀ Olúwa Ọlọ́run má jẹ̀mú rí pé mi ì tí ì jẹ ata lónìí mi ì tí ì jẹ epo mi ò tí ì jẹ iyọ̀ Ọlọ́run má jẹ̀mú tó ní òkè àti ilẹ̀ Olúwa jẹ́ kí gbogbo wọn jẹ́ kí wọ́n máa bọ́ bàtà ọ̀fọ̀ sẹ́nu ọ̀nà wọn Ọlọ́run jẹ́ ká máa bọ́ bàtà ọ̀fọ̀ sẹ́nu ọ̀nà wọn ògo ìlú ni mi ò bá mọ̀ tó bá ṣe yí pé bọ̀bọ̀ yìí náà ò tí ì kú báyìí bọ́yèmí náà bá wà nínú àwọn olóríire Nàìjíríà ní agbára Ọlọ́run má jẹ̀mú Olúwa Ọlọ́run aláàánú orí mi yí pé mi ì tí ì jata mi ò tí ì jẹpo Olúwa jẹ́ káwọn náà máa sunkún ẹ̀mí mímọ́ jẹ́ ká máa sunkún Olúwa bá ń bọ́ bàtà ọ̀fọ̀ sẹ́nu ọ̀nà wọn ibi ń dùn wọ́n nínú ọ̀run bá mi bàjẹ́ Olúwa bá mi bàjẹ́ ẹ̀mí mímọ́ máa bá mi bà gbogbo ìdùnnú tiwọn náà jẹ́ because bọ̀bọ̀ yìí ó jẹ́ ògòlù tí n bá ń gbọ́ orin rẹ̀ inú mi máa ń dùn àfi bí ọmọ mi ṣe sọ yí pé mọ́mí inú ṣe Mohbad don die mo ronú rẹ̀ fún odidi oṣù kan ní pé Mohbad kú kí ló dé tí ò kú nígbà tó gorí ò tí ì búyọ Ọlọ́run má jẹ̀mú ìgbà tán mọ bọ̀bọ̀ ẹ̀ ló wá kú gbogbo ẹni tó lọ́wọ́ nínú ikú bọ̀bọ̀ yìí ni ó ṣẹ̀sìn ayé ni lágbára náà ó máa ṣẹ̀sìn Ọlọ́run bá fi bí mo ti ń gbà àwẹ̀ tara mi mo ti ń gbà àwẹ̀ tí Mohbad mọ́ ẹni tó ní ọwọ́ nínú ikú rẹ̀ Ọlọ́run má jẹ̀mú Ọlọ́run ayérayé Ọlọ́run tó ṣe pé ọba ayérayé ni ọba tí kì í gbè lẹ́yìn alábòsí abánimúlẹ̀ mọ́dà ni akọ̀mọ́ tí kà lẹ́yìn ọ̀rẹ́ aláìlẹ́nìkan bàbá tí ò bàbá aláìlẹ́nìkan ọkọ̀ Olúwa àṣírí ẹni náà yóò tú lójijì Olúwa Ọlọ́run má jẹ̀mú jẹ́ kí ẹni yẹn kó fa aṣọ ya mọ́ra rẹ̀ lójijì Ọlọ́run ayérayé Olúwa ò wọ́n jẹ́ ká sì rí ẹni náà bò bí wọ́n ṣe ń tú àṣírí wọn wọn lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan bí àṣírí wọn ó ṣe tú dé lẹ́nu bó ṣe wù tó bá yín tán bá ń fi ń sorí tán sọ yí pé gbogbo ẹni tó bá ń ṣépè fún àwọn kábúrú ọmọ ṣẹlẹ̀ sí kán máa forí ara wọn gbé ọlọ́run kò síbi tó lè dé ibi tí wọ́n bá ti ń ṣe ibi tó ṣe yí pé kò sẹ́ni tó lè láṣìírí wọn lọ́wọ́ yẹn ẹ̀mí mímọ́ lọ bíbẹ̀ kó lọ bàbẹ̀ jẹ́ fún wọn ẹ̀mí mímọ́ lọ bíbẹ̀ kó lọ bàbẹ̀ jẹ́ fún wọn gbogbo agbára tán fi ń ṣagbára tán ti rò wípé anybody ò lè rí di àwọn wàá rí di wọn ẹ̀mí mímọ́ wàá rí di wọn ẹ̀mí mímọ́ wàá rí di wọn fẹ́ because káì olódùmarè ṣùgbọ́n mi ò ọlọ́run máa jẹ̀mú kó o sì jẹ́wọ́ agbára rẹ kó o yẹ̀yẹ́ àwọn pípù yìí ọ̀run máa jẹun ìwọ ojú rẹ ọmọ ológo ọmọ ìdùnnú ya Rasulullah la ilaha illallah Muhammadu Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un ọlọ́run ọba mi yóò bá yáfẹ́ rẹ fún gbogbo ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ọlọ́run bá síjú àánú wò ọ̀run máa dá ọ sí níbi tó wà àpò ọlọ́run ni wàá wà olúwa ìṣẹ̀dá tirẹ̀ tó máa ń fún ìṣẹ̀dá rẹ ò ní sùn kó fi ìyà jẹ gbogbo wọn kí ìṣẹ̀dá rẹ kó fi wọn nàkànàkàn kó gbé kọjá lẹ níbi tí mo ò mọ̀ ọba aláṣẹ ni ọ́ ọba aláṣẹ ni ọ́ ọba aláṣẹ ni ọ́ gbogbo èpè tàbí amọ̀ ti sẹ́ fún àwọn pípù tó lọ́wọ́ nínú ikú Mohbad ẹ̀mí mímọ́ jó bá wọn ẹ̀mí mímọ́ yóò tẹ̀ wọ́n ọlọ́run yóò tẹ̀ wọ́n olúwa yóò tẹ̀ wọ́n èmi náà lọ́mọ mi ò mọ ibi táwọn ọmọ mi máa dé olúwa má jẹ́ kí ọwọ́ ayé ó tẹ̀ wọ́n gbogbo àwọn tó bá pa ìdílé Mohbad lẹ́kún olúwa jẹ́ kún ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ lójoojúmọ́ nínú ilé wọn. Jẹ́ kí ìgbé kó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ilé tiwọn náà. Ìwọ náà fi omijé mi fi dá wọn lẹ́jọ́. Fi omijé mi fi dá wọn lẹ́jọ́. Pa ògo ìlú kan náà rèé olúwa. Dáríwọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ máa ṣẹlẹ̀ nílé gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n fi sí agbára tí agbára èèyàn àwọn ọlọ́run má jẹ̀mú lọ́bẹ̀ kó lọ bàjẹ́ gbogbo àwọn agbára tí wọ́n ti yí pé kò sí ẹni tó lè rí di àwọn ọlọ́run má jẹ̀mú olúwa bá mi yẹ̀yẹ́ wọn olúwa bá mi yẹ̀yẹ́ wọn àwọn ìbejì tí mò ń gbé lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ẹ́dún jọbí olúwa ẹ̀dùn wẹ́wẹ́ orí igi olúwa ìṣẹ̀dá àbejì kó lọ jagun fún Mohbad ìṣẹ̀dá àwọn ìbejì mi kó lọ fìyà jẹ wọ́n òòtà àbejì dìde kó lọ tú àṣírí wọn òòtà àbejì dìde kó lọ tú àṣírí wọn gbogbo àwọn ẹni ibi lónìí Nàìjíríà tó ń pa ní ẹlẹ́ni lẹ́kún jayé olúwa tú wọn láṣìírí sẹ́ ọlọ́pàá tú wọn láṣìírí ó dún ẹni ìpọ́nwọ̀rí sílẹ̀ máa ń ojú mi lọ Àlàbí sílẹ̀ àánú mi fi ọkọ mi ò ní kú tògótògó ó ṣe. Ó ń dùn mí sá ó ń dùn mí mà mi ò kàwé èmi náà ò bá gbé pa nínú ikú Mohbad afọ́jú ni mi ò lẹ́nìkan àfọlọ́run lágbára ọlọ́run ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ lágbára èmi aláìlẹ́nìkan lèmi o ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí ọlọ́run agbára yín ò ní pin ẹ jọ̀ọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ bá lágbára láti ṣe tí bọ̀bọ̀ yìí tí ò fi ní kú gbé ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá ń ṣe èmi ò lẹ́nìkan o ọkọ tèmi náà ti sá lọ mo gbàdúrà yìí pé nígbà tí ó bá padà dé kọ́lọ̀ ń jogun àwọn ọmọ yìí kó ti búyọ ìyá ọlọ́mọ 6 lèmi ọkọ mi náà tún ti bọ́ sínú ayé ó ti sá lọ mo mọ̀ yí pé ọlọ́run ọba ayérayé ní ọba ń darí rẹ̀ padà wá mo mọ̀ pé bùkátà ló lè bẹ̀ tí mo mọ̀ yí pé ọlọ́run tó lọ́jọ́ ní òwọ́lá pé ń ṣe mítìn Mohbad lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́run ọba ń dá padà kó lè wá sojú sí àwọn ọmọ rẹ̀ ní agbára náà gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ lágbára tẹ́ ẹ lẹ́nu tálíkà ayé lásán lèmi o ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo mọ̀ pé ẹ ní agbára ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí títóbi Káàbà àti Mọ̀dínà mo fi títóbi àtìlẹ́yìn ànábì wa Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam mo fi bẹ̀yìn ẹ jọ̀ọ́
báyìí lẹ́bẹ̀ẹ́ yẹn ẹ jọ nítorí ọlọ́run gbogbo nǹkan tí agbára yín bá gbé ẹ jọ ẹ bá ṣe ẹ bá wọn ta tán ẹ bá wọn ná tán bí owó ẹ ṣe o ẹ jọ èmi ò ní jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ afọ́jú lèmi o gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ríran pátápátá ẹ jọ ẹ bá náwó sí ẹ bá lọ́wọ́ sí ẹ ní dààmú ọpọlọ yín ò sì ní dààmú ìbànújẹ́ ó kéré ó tóbi kò ní ṣẹlẹ̀ sí yín lọ́lá àti tóbi àtìlẹ́yìn ànábì wa Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam ọpọlọ yín ò ní dàrú o gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wọ́n ń dá sí náà tán bá fẹ́ náwó ọbí sí yín ọlọ́run má jẹ̀mú kò ní gbà fún wọn 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 gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ lọ́wọ́ láti gbìjà Mohbad tá bá rí ẹnikẹ́ni nínú ẹ̀dá ènìyàn tó wá ní agbára yìí pé òun fẹ́ ṣebi sí yín tó fẹ́ gbẹ̀yìn yọ tẹ́ ń gbìjẹ yẹn tó wá lóun ó gbẹ̀yìn yọ sí yín idà ọlọ́run kó máa bà wọ́n 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 orí lẹ́sẹ̀ ire lẹ́ńsẹ̀ o kò ní dìbí fún yín ire lẹ́ńsẹ̀ o kò ní dìbí fún yín ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá wá fẹ́ sọ yín pé kí ló dé tẹ̀ ń ṣerú eléyìí ìfọ́jú tó ju ìfọ́jú lọ kọ́run kó dàlú ó ń tọ̀ ìfọ́jú tó ju ìfọ́jú lọ kẹ́mi mímọ́ kó dàlú tá a bá rẹ́ni tó sọ yín pé sọ́mọ rẹ̀ ni sóhun ló bí Mohbad ni tó fi wá le tó báyìí fún wọn ọ̀run kó bù fọ́jú lù kóhun náà kúkú òjijì ikú tí ò rò tí kóhun náà kúrú kú ọ̀hún ikú tí ò kóhun náà kúrú kú ọ̀hún gbogbo ẹ̀dà kẹ́dà tó wá sọ yín pé èwo ń ti yín èwo ń títí ẹ̀ náà nú ayé ọ̀run máa gbèjà yín jà ọ̀run máa gbèjà yín jà ọ̀run máa gbèjà yín jà ibi tá ẹ̀ ròyìn pé ibi tá ẹ̀ ti ròyìn pé ọ̀run ó ti dìde fún yín ọ̀run máa dìde fún yín níbi bẹ̀ ọ̀run máa dìde fún yín níbi bẹ̀ gbogbo bàbá tí tóbi àtìlẹ́yìn ànábì wa Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam ọlọ́run wo bí ọkàn mi ṣe rí lónìí gbogbo àdúrà tí mo rí ṣe fún yín kó rí gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún èmi náà àtàwọn ọmọ mi lágbára ọlọ́run gbogbo ẹ̀dá tó bá wà ro fún yín fẹ́ gbogbo ẹ̀dá tó robi sí yín ibi ó bà ibi máa pa èmi ò lágbára kankan ju èyí tí mò ń ṣe yìí náà lọ àmọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ní agbára tán fẹ́ tí wọ́n lérò yìí pé àwọn lè mórúkọ gbogbo yín lọ ní ológun ìṣẹ̀dá wọn ni ó gbàbọ̀dé níbi ní agbára Ọlọ́run lágbára títóbi àtìlẹ́yìn ànábì wa Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam bismillahir rahmanir rahim الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين àmín àmín ẹ ṣé o ìṣẹ̀dá yín ò ní gbàbọ̀dé.
Nonsense because my ex-boyfriend. Ex-boyfriend. No record no. Okay, me wọ́n ti record already. Wọ́n ti record. Was my ex-boyfriend anytime baby lọ́wọ́ wọ́n ti ṣàlàyé bí mo ṣe wà nínú ilé bàbá ọjà sí ìyá ẹ̀ wọ́n lọ́wọ́ ex-boyfriend mi kó tó wọ́n wò. Mo wà ní ọkọ̀ yẹ̀ tí wọ́n lọ́wọ́ bank first. Mo wà ní ọkọ̀ ẹni tí mo fi sílẹ̀ ex-boyfriend mi bẹ́ẹ̀ ń gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ẹlẹ́sìn ní ìṣòro ẹ̀. Ẹ máa dìbò wọ́n pa bàbá ní ẹ̀jẹ̀ máa pè lọ. 21, 14, 19. Ìpínlẹ̀ kan. 48, 21, 14, 19, 71, 48, 21,
7148 Odúrókàn ti Alice. Fún Mohbad ẹ bí mo ní pé kí ló ṣeré ní ìfúnpẹ Mohbad. Ẹ bá sí rè ní Mohbad àdúrà kan wà.
Èmi ló kàn. Náà mi fẹ́ dàrú ni mò ń bọ̀ ìsàlẹ̀ lórí. Èmi ló kàn báyìí. Ìsàlẹ̀ náà ni mò ń bọ̀ fún mi.
Yan o, a ò lè rọ́mọ tí ó sìn ọ́. Jùmọ̀kẹ́, o ò lè rí ọmọ tó sìn ọ́. Gbogbo ọmọ tó jáde látàbẹ́ rẹ̀. Jùmọ̀kẹ́, wà láì wọ́n fi ọ́ lẹ́sà kí lọ ni. Sábà wá kúkú gbóná sọ wọ́n ló wà kúkú rẹ̀ rẹ̀ yóò láre kú ní èṣù. Torí ìkànnì ọ́ èṣù Jùmọ̀kẹ́ olórí ibú. Kò sí nítorí ọmọ 26 years wọlé ológun kí. Òun torí ọmọ 26 years. Ẹ ò mọ iye owó tí wọ́n kan ti gbà lọ́wọ́ ọmọ. Àwọn ọmọ iye owó tó ti gbà lọ́wọ́ Mohbad ìwọ gbowó ẹ wá gbà sí ọmọ ọlọ́mọ sí láìkú àwọn òbí ẹ̀ táwọn òbí rẹ̀ ń bẹ láyé ẹ̀yin wá ń gbà sí rẹ̀ ṣe mówó wájé ń bọ̀ ralẹ̀ mówó wájé ń bọ̀ ralé ẹ̀sìn rà fúnra yín ọmọ ọlọ́mọ sì ń ṣiṣẹ́ yìí sì ń gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ náwó ń bẹ lórùn olórí burúkú ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ náwó ẹ̀ wà ní bògì èṣù Jùmọ̀kẹ́ wá ló ní ìsinmi láyé ẹ̀ o ò lè ní ìsinmi o thank you for the gift ma o ò lè ní ìsinmi èṣù Jùmọ̀kẹ́ o wàláhì ikú rédèrèdè ní ọ̀ọ́ kòkòrò tó fi jáde láyé ni torí ìkànnì olórí burúkú nígbà ọmọ ọlọ́mọ bá wà ní oòrùn ẹ̀yin ó sì wà lábẹ́ ilé ẹ mọ̀ ọ́dà sàwámà ẹ mọ̀ ọ́dà gbogbo ẹ̀ nígbà tó bá tó wá ṣe paríparí ẹ̀ ó tún lọ kó jíǹsì ọmọ ọlọ́mọ sọ́rùn ó tún kó ṣẹ́ẹ̀tì ẹ̀ ó tún gbé sọ́rùn olórí burúkú ó tún wá fi palasi agáde Ojúmọ̀kẹ́ sọ ọmọ bó ṣe rí ni adágò tù sùn ó wá rí bí ewúro wọ sùn olórí ibú yóò fò lé alátẹnujẹ ìyá àjàyẹ ẹ̀sìn ìyá àdánù olórí ibú wọn bá sì ń pàbí àmọ́ ó sì jáde síta pé wà ìwọ jáde àmọ́ olórí ibú tó bímọ mẹ́ta kó òótọ́ kankan làwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta èṣù Jùmọ̀kẹ́ ó bímọ mẹ́ta òótọ́ kankan làwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta àwọn olórí burúkú àwọn ọmọ rẹ̀ wá ráre kí apààyàn ó lè kò síwà tí ó sì lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọmọ mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta tó olóòbí olórí burúkú sórí pé ó yẹ wọn kún ọ bí ẹran súyà ni ó yẹ wọn kún ọ ní olórí burúkú inú àwọn ọmọ tó bí èwo ló ṣe é fi yan gàn ó nu ìyá apààyàn ní bọ̀ ń wọ ẹ̀pọ̀ lórí ibú tiẹ̀ náà ó ti pààyàn kékeré ó ti gbógun lọ́wọ́ wọn aláìlójútì tí ń bímọ fẹ́ gbẹ́ ẹ̀ èṣù Jùmọ̀kẹ́ sórí pé orí ibú tó ń ṣe ọwọ́ rẹ̀ olórí burúkú wọn tó ń bímọ fẹ́ gbọ́n rẹ̀ èyí tó kú ẹ̀gbọ́n rẹ̀ òpó ti sí ọ Jùmọ̀kẹ́ o kò dìgbà wọn bá sọ fún ọ wàhálà ó yẹ kó o parẹ́ ẹni ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú ẹ wá pọ ọmọ lọ́mọ ẹ sì gba gbogbo ogún ẹ wá ń parọ́ wípé ilẹ̀ ẹ̀ka of land nìkan lọ́mọ ní Mohbad ní o èṣù Jùmọ̀kẹ́ ò sì bẹ̀rù àtúbọ̀tán èṣù Jùmọ̀kẹ́ ẹ̀yà Wùmí ó sì bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run ó sì bẹ̀rù ọba tó dán sáyé ó sì bẹ̀rù omi tó ó sì bẹ̀rù afẹ́fẹ́ tí ń fẹ́ sí ò sì rìn lórí ilẹ̀ ó bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run olórí burúkú ó yẹ wọ́n pọ̀npọ̀ ọ̀yà ni ó yẹ wọ́n pa ọ́ nípa àyà parí dèrèdè ló yẹ wọ́n pọ̀ Jùmọ̀kẹ́ toró lórí burúkú ni ó sì kà tó bá gba Amẹ́ríkà lọ ó sì kà tó Nàìjíríà lórí burúkú ó gba Amẹ́ríkà lọ àwọn ọmọ tó bí gan wọn ò jèrè rẹ̀ wọn náà jèrè wọn ẹwà jọ ń sorí burúkú kí ẹjọ́ ń ṣòfò ẹjọ́ ń sàdánù ẹjọ́ ń ṣe èrè kíá èṣù Jùmọ̀kẹ́ ẹ̀sìn ti sí ọ o wàláhì kò dìgbà tó yẹ kán bá sọ fún ó yẹ kó o ti parẹ́ ẹ ó yẹ ká ti gbọ́pọ́ ló o ti gbé nǹkan jọ o ti kú dànù toró òye lẹni tó wà láyé o ò lójútì ni o ò ní ojútì yóò fọ ayé àdánù ní olórí burúkú Wùmí pẹ̀lẹ́ tiẹ̀ sórí ikú tí ó pọ̀ wàláhì ikú rédèrèdè ní ọ̀pọ̀sẹ̀ Wùmí wàláhì ọkọ̀ ni ó padà pọ̀ láàsìláàsì Wùmí Mohbad kan ti sọ fún ọ ó ti lóògùn ló máa pa òun náà ni ó sì pọ̀ toró lórí burúkú ọmọ ní ọ eléri ibú ọmọ ní olùsí ó yà fún Mohbad lóògùn jẹ olórí ibú òdùn lóògùn oorun ìwọ ya wọ yàrá kejì ó sáré lọ sí sáré wá gbà olórí burúkú olòṣì APC àwọn fògbògbádé orí kó ti fògbògbádé ó ti fọyàn gbádé lọ́wọ́ bàbá Liam báyìí olórí burúkú Wùmí APC fògbògbádé Wùmí ti fògbògbádé lọ́wọ́ bàbá Liam ó ti fògbògbádé àti rùkẹ̀rẹ̀ bàbá Liam ò tètè mọ̀ pé orí burúkú àtòfò lóòrùn kìíní tó bá ń gán bá mọ̀ pé ní orí burúkú àtòfò tó kó o síre Wùmí wàláhì kò ní ganu sóbù ẹ̀ bàbá Liam kò ní ganu sóbù ẹ̀ olórí burúkú ìwọ ọmọ tán ti lo gbogbo tó dá lára rẹ̀ láti kéke eléri ibú aṣẹ́wó olóṣó olòṣì olóbò òkùnkùn olórí ibú ọmọ àti your age 24 years o ti lora rẹ o ti lu abẹ́rẹ́ o ti lò nú ẹ̀sìn olórí burúkú ẹ̀ ń bá gáyàdì ọba ẹ̀ ń kọ́ńtàn ti ṣàgbákú ayé. ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin olójú kòkòrò ẹ bá ti rí Wùmí ẹjẹ́ máa sá fún ni orí burúkú àrùn pàtàkì ìtẹ́ lára rẹ o ẹ má tó orí burúkú bá yín ẹ má tó burúkú bá yín òfò ní ń tà kí o orí burúkú ní ń tà kí àdánù ní ń tà kí o gàyàlé báyìí kó nàgà fọwọ́ mú sòrò wọnú ayé rẹ ni ìṣòro òsìrẹ́ ẹ̀ lé bọ́m̀bẹ̀tẹ́ ìkú bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti tètè rí Wùmí ẹ tètè máa họ toró lórí ibú ọmọ ni àdánù tí ń kú sí wẹ́ni tí ó tà fún mi o ẹ má tó ṣe lọ́dọ̀ sí lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ ló fò ó bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti rí ẹ tètè fèrèsé ẹni ó máa kó bó òfò àtọmú òfò ọmú ìyá ọmọ àdánù tí ń rù kí ẹni ó máa gbé kí ẹni ó máa gbé lọ ẹ̀fẹ́ toró lórí ibú ọmọ ni kò sí parire kan tó lè tara Wùmí jáde o lẹ́yìn kó ta orí burúkú àtòfò tẹ́sìn dọ́dọ̀ ayé yín kó tà fún yín nítorí ó ti mọ̀ pé òun ò láyé mọ́ Wùmí ò láyé máa jẹ gbọ́dọ̀ sí ní ẹni tí ń wẹ́ ni tí ó kún wẹ́ ni ó fúnra ní báyìí o apààyàn ní síríà kìlà ní òun náà ń bẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ẹ̀kú o òun ní ń bá wọn pààyàn olórí ibú ọmọ ẹni tó pé husband of your youth olórí burúkú husband of your youth kú olórí burúkú sojú pa ikó olórí ibú ọmọ tẹ̀kiri pọ̀dájú ọmọ lèyàn olórí ibú ó sojú bí ọgbẹ́ nǹkan mi sẹ́nu wúyẹ́ kò sí ẹ̀mí kò sí ẹ̀mí fílíǹsì rárá pé kankan jábọ́ lára òun olórí ibú ó sì lọ husband of your youth kú ojú tiẹ̀ ṣe pa ikú olórí ibú ó sáré lọ mú ìdí fóònù ló kọ́kọ́ lọ they have killed the nigger come and take your trophy olórí burúkú ṣèwọ́kọ̀ wọn fún láwọ́ọ̀dù Wùmí ṣèwọ́kọ̀ ló gba wọ́ọ̀dù apààyàn níbi tó yẹ kẹ́sì mọ̀ pẹ́yìn ọkùnrin tètè máa sá kánò Wùmí ní síríàsì là ní Wùmí tó bá ti pààyàn tán wọ́n tún gbá wọ́ọ̀dù lé lọ́wọ́ ni wọ́n tún gbá wọ́ọ̀dù ó mọ̀yàn pàbàjẹ́ tí ó sì sojú fúrú olórí burúkú ọmọ tó pààyàn tán pé kò sí tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ òun ti pa òun ti pa lápàdé ìwọ́n náà nípa àyà ó ti mọ̀ pé pẹ̀sí ìpa àyà ni wọ́n kún wọn bí ẹran súyà ni Wùmí níwò olórí burúkú ọmọ ìkà bàbá ẹ lọ rò ṣé bàbá rẹ sóògùn lójú ẹ rí ni olórí burúkú nígbà jẹ́ pé wà á ti olórí burúkú jẹ̀ka adébàjọ́ tó fi oògùn lẹ́yìn ṣe kò sí rí olóògùn tẹ́ẹ̀mọ̀ olórí burúkú ọmọ orí pé ń gbò pa Mohbad tán wọ́n fi bàbá rẹ jóye kọ̀rọ̀ oyè tí ó pàṣẹ sí adébàjọ́ tí wọ́n fi jẹ ó ṣe ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ lórí ibú ìwọ gba trọ́fì bàbá rẹ náà tó gba trọ́fì ẹ lórí burúkú ẹ̀yìn ẹbí kẹ́bí ẹ̀yìn ẹbí ìjà ẹ̀yìn ẹbí àdánù ẹ̀yìn ẹbí ikú olórí ibú olórí burúkú bàbá tó bí ọlọ́mọ ṣèbí bàbá dáàdì Mohbad náà sọ ní sálọ́bà sọ wọn láwọn túnjọ́ táwọn rí bàbá rẹ èèyàn gidi náà pé bàbá rẹ thank you for the gift o èèyàn gidi náà pé bàbá olórí burúkú tó bímọ òfò àwọn inú bàbá dùn pé àwọn sì ẹ̀sìn rẹ́ni táwọn ọmọ fọ̀rọ̀ lọ táwọn àwùjọ bá ti jọ dàbá yìí àwọn tètè mọ fọ̀rọ̀ lọ pé ẹ wá bá wọn parí ẹ wá wọn ní para báyìí tí bàbá sọ fún ọgbọ́n ọmọ ìlú ńlá lẹni bàbá tiẹ̀ náà ti tó ti blọọkì bàbá dànù olórí burúkú olè ní bàbá tó bí ọlọ́mọ olè ní yín àní ẹ̀dá pàṣẹ nínú ìran ní ojú ogún rẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó bí ọlọ́mọ ni o tó wá rí ọ̀gá tó kọ́ níṣẹ́ tó fi wá gba dìgírì olórí burúkú Wùmí olè apààyàn afọmọ àlè gbógun ológun olórí burúkú pa wọ́n lọ́mọ tán yóò tún fọmọ àlè ọmọ inú ọ̀rá ọmọ tó ti sọ di búrẹ́dì àgègè ọmọ tó ti sọ di mẹ́mẹ́ eléwé tó lórí burúkú rẹ̀ sọ nú ọ̀rá ọmọ èyí ló tó wá fẹ́ fi gbógun sẹ́lì yá àmúdá pé lọ́mọ mọ́ olórí burúkú ọmọ tó ti di ss ìyá àmúdá pé lọ́mọ mọ́ olórí burúkú ẹ̀ má ní ìyá àpò onílọ́wọ́ di ẹ̀já koté àsúlì ìyá àmúdá ti bá pè dáadáa èyí ti òkè àti ìsàlẹ̀ òpadé mọ́ ó ti sọ ọmọdé lẹ́nu jẹ̀bẹ̀lẹ̀ ó ti sọ ọmọdé dídìrín ó ti sọ ọmọdé ṣèbí torí ọmọ tó fi pa Mohbad nù ìwọ torí aranú o sì fi podidi ọmọ ológo Wùmí sórí pé o ti ṣòfò ayé sórí pé wọ́n ò lè jèrè gbogbo tó jáde lára rẹ̀ Wùmí gbogbo tó sì fowó Mohbad gan ṣe wàhálà ò lè jèrè rẹ̀ Wùmí ò lè jèrè rẹ̀ olórí burúkú sọmọ ló pe Liam ni sọmọ ló pe Liam àbọ̀ ọmọ ní Liam èso dídí ọmọ aranú ni ṣé Liam jọ ọmọ dábàá kó gbogbo ọmọ kalẹ̀ ẹ dákun ṣé Liam ló dá yàtọ̀ nù gbogbo wọn tó o bá fẹ́ gbọ́ ọmọ tẹ̀ ń wọ sọ́sí lọ́rùn tó dàbí gba aṣọ ní ń wọ ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ bàtà sọmọ lẹ́sẹ̀ náà kò dàbí pé báyá bàtà ní ń wọ Liam ó sì ti bà yí ọmọ yẹn jẹ́ olórí ibú. Ikú tó yẹ kó pa Wùmí dákun sọ ṣe bó o gbọ́ lójú ara ẹ̀ ni. Sọ ṣe bó o smart ni. Wèrè ń bọ́ ọ̀fà olórí ibú ẹni. Liam ò ní kú, kò ní rùn kan kò ní ṣe. Ṣùgbọ́n tó yẹ pé torí Liam, ó ní wọ́n fi pa Mohbad. Igúnnugún ìkádùn, àkàlàmọ̀gbò ìkóṣù, ẹni pa gúnnugún. Liam ò sì ní ẹ̀kádùn bó ṣe sọ náà tó bá ti pé 26 years. Tó o fi kú lọ́nà Mohbad. Iná ni Liam náà fò sálẹ̀ tí ó kúkú rédèrèdè. Wọ́n pò náà ni o. Kì í ṣe pé yóò kúkú ẹ̀rùn. Wọ́n pa òun náà ni Wùmí. Ọmọ òjò ọmọ lọ bó ṣe bí tiẹ̀, bó ṣe bí Liam. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n ṣe bí Mohbad. Ọmọ òjú ọmọ lọ Wùmí. Ọmọ òjú ọmọ lọ olórí burúkú ọmọ ìkà. Ọwọ́ ti kó ṣe pé fùdú lójú ara tiẹ̀. Ó mọ̀ pé tó ti ṣẹ́fọ́ ọmọ nǹkan ó ti lẹ̀ mọ́ tíkẹ́ ó ti lẹ̀ mọ́ máa ń ká òun àtẹ̀pé lọ́rìn wọ́n jọ sùn wọ́n jọ ń sùn Wùmí. Liam àtẹ̀pé wọ́n jọ ń sùn wọ́n jọ ń jí ni. Ẹ̀wù tọ́mọ gan wọ̀ ẹ̀wù ogun ni. Fìlà olórí ibú tó gbé sọmọ lọ́rùn tó rí bí àwọn ọmọ làwọn o tó dé fìlà ogun lé lórí ni torí ìwọ gan ó ti fi èpè tó sẹ́fọ̀ ọmọ làwa náà kọ́ sàṣẹ́ ìwọ ló fẹnu ara rẹ ìyá kan wá ti tó gbẹ yóò fò sànlẹ̀ kú ni kì wá ṣe pé yóò fò sànlẹ̀ kú òun ó pàdánù ni o Wùmí òun ó pàdánù ni torí ìwọ ló pa Mohbad olórí burúkú. Bàbá ń bẹ bàbá ọkọ mi ẹ bá ń bẹ bàyín lọ náà ni ń lọ ló dáná lọ́wọ́ olórí burúkú lórí ọ̀fọ́ Jùmọ̀kẹ́ ìkà ni ọ́ o ìyá Wùmí ìkà ni ọ́ o ò lè rọ́mọ tí ó sìn ọ́ kí ọmọ yẹn jẹ́ olórí ibú ó wá jáde síta ó ní ikú tó yẹ kó pa Wùmí dákun sọ ṣe bó o gbọ́ lójú ara ẹ̀ ni sọ ṣe bó o smart ni wèrè ń bọ́ ọ̀fà olórí ibú wa ní Liam ò ní kú kò ní rùn kan kò ní ṣe ṣùgbọ́n tó yẹ pé torí Liam ó ní wọ́n fi pa Mohbad igúnnugún ìkádùn àkàlàmọ̀gbò ìkóṣù ẹni pa gúnnugún Liam ò sì ní kádùn bó ṣe sọ náà tó bá ti pé 26 years tó o fi kú lọ́nà pa Mohbad iná ni Liam náà fò sọ́lẹ̀ tí ó kúkú rédèrèdè wọ́n pò náà ni o kì í ṣe pé yóò kúkú ẹ̀rùn àwọn náà ni Wùmí ọmọ òjò ọmọ lọ bó ṣe bí tiẹ̀ bó ṣe bí Liam bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n ṣe bí Mohbad ọmọ òjú ọmọ lọ Wùmí ọmọ òjú ọmọ lọ olórí burúkú ọmọ ìkà ọwọ́ tí kò ṣe pé fùdú lójú ara tiẹ̀ ó mọ̀ pé tó ti ṣẹ́fọ́ ọmọ nǹkan ó ti lẹ̀ mọ́ tíkẹ́ ó ti lẹ̀ mọ́ máa ń ká òun àtẹ̀pé lọ́rìn wọ́n jọ ń sùn wọ́n jọ ń sùn Wùmí Liam àtẹ̀pé wọ́n jọ ń sùn wọ́n jọ ń jí ni ẹ̀wù tọ́mọ gan wọ̀ ẹ̀wù ogun ni fìlà olórí ibú tó gbé sọmọ lọ́rùn tó rí bí àwọn ọmọ làwọn o tó dé fìlà ogun lé lórí ni torí ìwọ gan ó ti fi èpè tó sẹ́fọ̀ ọmọ làwa náà kọ́ sàṣẹ́ ìwọ ló fẹnu ara rẹ ìyá kan wá ti tó gbẹ yóò fò sànlẹ̀ kú ni kì wá ṣe pé yóò fò sànlẹ̀ kú òun ó pàdánù ni o Wùmí òun ó pàdánù ni torí ìwọ ló pa Mohbad olórí burúkú. Bàbá ń bẹ bàbá ọkọ mi ẹ bá ń bẹ màyín lọ náà ni ń lọ ló dáná lọ́wọ́ olórí burúkú ọmọ òfò ń lọ ló dáná lọ́wọ́ olórí burúkú ọmọ òfò òun ti fẹ́ ṣe DNA láti 2023 bàbá ní ń sáká olórí ibú ṣé ìwọ ló ń sá bàbá ní ń sá ni àbí ìwọ ló ń sá kí olórí burúkú ṣe bí ìwọ ló ń gbọ́ mọ́ gba bí òbókì Wùmí ṣebí ìwọ ló ń gbọ́ mọ́ bá bí òbókì ló ń gbọ́ mọ́ sákì olórí burúkú ó mọ̀ gbọ́ mọ́ kí ó mọ̀ gbọ́ mọ́ sákọ́ mọ́ ní àwa sọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad sàn ó sì ń gbé sákì ó wá ló fẹ́ ṣe DNA test Wùmí sórí ẹ burú ni ṣé orí ẹ burú ni àbáwọn àwọn ayé dáwọ́ tó ṣe pé àpapọ̀ ọwọ́ àwọn ayé ti wà lára ẹ Wùmí àpapọ̀ ọwọ́ àwọn ayé ó ti wà lára ẹ wọ́n ṣe bó o lè rí inú mọ́ wà láì wò lè ayé ló padà jábú tẹ́ni Wùmí ayé rẹ máa padà jábú tẹ́ni olórí burúkú olùsí olè Wùmí olè apọkọjáyé òròkó ológun jẹ́ ti gbà yìí Wùmí tó fẹ́ kọ́ máa lè fún wa lọ́ba Wùmí ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ fi Adébánjọ lórí burúkú bàbá rẹ tọwọ́ kan ò tó lẹ̀ tẹ́sẹ̀ kan ò tó lẹ̀ sóyún ló ṣiṣẹ́ ogun tó fẹ́ kó kò ní yọ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ Adébánjọ tó bí ọ kò ní yọ ìṣòro tó ń tara ẹ̀ jáde kò ní jẹ gbogbo yín ikú gbóná lẹ́ẹ̀kú dànù àti ìyá àtúndé àti àìmọ́ ikú rédèrèdè kú rádaràda ní òkú gbogbo ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú ẹ̀ ní fọwọ́ rọrí kú ẹ ní fọwọ́ rọrí kú ẹ ìgbèrò kú ni Wùmí Sowari ó sunkún jáde láyé ni o bó o bá fẹ́ kú omi jẹ́ kíkó jáde lójú ó sunkún jáde láyé ni torí ó dájú léèyàn olórí burúkú ó wà mọ́ ló òtipá gbé òtipá gbé tó ṣe bí bàbá Liam ń bẹ lẹ́yìn rẹ̀ ó ti fi hàn pé bàbá Liam tó yẹ kó Ọlọ́run lè fọ́ lójú ọ̀tún àti òsì Ọlọ́run lè dín létí ọ̀tún àti tòsì tọ́lọ̀ ó rọ lọ́wọ́ tí ó rọ lápá tí ó rọ lẹ́sẹ̀ tí ó wà fi kú òjijì tí kú gbóná tí ó fi dín kí ẹ̀ olórí burúkú ó ti lérò pé ó ti ẹ ti láti gbé ṣe kankan láti gbé wùmí ó ṣe láti gbé òòjẹ lọ sórí gbogbo orí burúkú tó ń ṣeun òun fẹ́ lá lọ́wọ́ ni Wùmí ikú tí ó kọ́ wà láì ní ṣe nǹkan lọ́wọ́ rí nǹkan jẹ lọ́ni yóò jẹ tí ń jẹ tán ó mọ̀ pé yóò kọ́ jalajàla yóò kọ́ rédèrèdè ìwọ lórí burúkú olòṣì òrọ̀mú ọmú kanu bí bọ́ọ̀lù òkè ọ̀kanu bí bọ́ọ̀lù ẹlẹ́dọ̀ yìí olórí burúkú ọmọ tó àti kékeré olórí ibú ti sọ mú ó ti sọ mú pápú olórí ibú ọmọ ó ti sọ mú di búrẹ́dì Ọ̀yọ́ olórí burúkú ọmọ olè ọmú kan lo òkè ọ̀kan lọlẹ̀ eléri ibú ṣe tó bá ganu síre ṣe tí bàbá Liam ganu síre bàbá Liam kò mọ̀ sí ọba tí ń jẹrẹ mi láyé jẹkújẹ anybody gift tí ó ẹ sì jẹ́ Wùmí kórí ibú gbà yín po Wùmí wá fi oògùn àtọmú olórí burúkú ọmú sàkùsàkù ó sì fi gbadé lórí yín ó fi gbàlùkẹ lọ́wọ́ yín rí pé tí yín ti bá yín Mohbad kan tó sọ pé ọba sáfúráfá ọba sáfúráfá kankan tẹ ẹ bá sáfúráfá kìí ṣerú Wùmí lẹ́ẹ̀gánu sí tẹ ẹ bá sáfúráfá kìí ṣerú lẹ́ẹ̀gánu sí kí táwọn fine woman àwọn fine lady àwọn tó bò wọn clean àwọn tẹ́ clean látòkèdè lẹ́ǹbẹ́ ẹ wá lọ ń ganu sógbò Wùmí olórí burúkú onígbó lábẹ́ Wùmí onígbó lábẹ́ nítorí káyá mátá tó ti fi ràdí fún yín ọba àtọmú olórí burúkú tó ti faṣọ gbégbó lọ́sàlẹ̀ ọmú wa ṣe lè dè sókè Wùmí sọ́mù rẹ̀ nù olórí burúkú sáàrí ọjọ́ tó lọ́jọ́ bíi bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ ọmọ bẹ́lá súnmúdà òkú ayé àríjọ́ tó lọ́jọ́ àríbírí ọmọ kan ti gùn wálẹ̀ tọ́ka gùn dé dòdò Wùmí olórí burúkú wá lọ faṣọ gbé wọ́n mọ̀ lọ́gùn Wùmí rẹ̀ o ọba ẹ wo ẹgbẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ìdáná sọ́mú ẹ̀jẹ̀ ẹ má jẹ́ Wùmí pọ̀ orí burúkú àtòfò sí yín lẹ́nu ọmú Wùmí ò làkò lálùbárí kà mọ́ ọwọ́ Wùmí ò lógo mọ́ orí burúkú ní ń tà kí o Wùmí ń torí burúkú kí ni o afọrun rẹ̀ òfò ni tẹwárí gèlè tòwé orí burúkú ni pàtẹ́sẹ̀ rẹ̀ àdánù ni o tẹwárọ́bù rẹ̀ gangan ikú ni bẹ́ẹ̀ báyìí tó pọ́nrán níbo báyìí ẹ̀gbọ́dọ̀ kù sí wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ báyìí tó ju pọ́nrán níbo báyìí ẹ ti Wùmí ti ta ikú sí yín ẹ̀yin owó lórí burúkú ọmọ ọ̀pàyàn tó tún sakọ́ká àmọ̀tí màmá lílílí olórí burúkú tó mọ̀ sọ́wọ́ báyìí olùlọ́sí ọmọ ìgboro olórí burúkú ọmọ àdánù màmá lílílí wọ́n ń kí ọ̀nà ọmọ apààyàn ọ̀gá àwọn apààyàn olórí burúkú tún sọ́wọ́ báyìí olórí burúkú ó mọ̀ pé ó sọ́wọ́ ikú dọ́tí kú ọ̀pọ̀ ọwọ́ méjì tó ná sókè dé jáde láyé nù Wùmí ọwọ́ olórí ibú tó mọ́ náà kẹsẹ̀ bá ti ṣe màmá lílílí olórí burúkú ọba káwọ́ òkè ó sì káwọ́ òkè kùnú Wùmí olórí ibú olè tó pọ̀ ọmọ ọlọ́mọ tán olórí ibú ọ̀pọ̀lọmọ ọlọ́mọ tó sáré lọ pé lọ́ọ̀yà ẹja ṣe kíákí ẹja sáré yí dọ́kúmẹ́ǹtì nítorí pé àwọn Nàìjíríà ò gírí fóun olórí burúkú ọ̀yà tó sọ pé kò sí dọ́kúmẹ́ǹtì kankan Mohbad ọ̀sá ẹ̀kọ́ dọ́kúmẹ́ǹtì Wùmí kí ló dé táyé ẹ bàjẹ́ Wùmí kí ló dé tó ṣòfò yányá kí ló dé tó sì mọ orí burúkú sọ ẹnu láti kékeré Wùmí o sì bá yára rẹ jẹ́ olórí burúkú ọmọ àdánù olòṣì ṣé wọn ò wí ni wọn ní bó ṣe ń gbẹkùlé ọba wọlé tó ń gbẹbí ló kù jáde olórí ibú ó lọ tòbò fọba ọba náà gbórí adélẹ̀ àwọn náà ń ganú sọmú ẹ gbórí adélẹ̀ ẹ ga tó bá dé ní jẹ tán ẹ wá ń sá kí ọbẹ dákan ọdún lèmi ọmọ fi yín léèrè kí ló mú yín ẹnu yín ti ń wá o tí ẹ sẹ pé ìrònú tẹ̀ ń rò pé ẹ ti ṣòkòtò ẹ ti lè jẹjẹ fún ìṣẹ̀dá àgbáyé ẹnu yín ti wá fẹ́ ti fẹ́ ní stroke o àní kó tó di gbogbo èèyàn sẹ́ àwa ti sọ fún yín ajá ràn yín lọ́wọ́ àní ẹ kọ̀wé lẹ̀ lọ bẹ́ sódò kẹ́ ẹ kú torí wà láì bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ìpara yín ẹ̀sìn bẹ́ẹ̀ kú lọ àní ẹ lọ kú ẹ lọ para yín
ẹ lọ para yín gbà tẹ́ ń ganú sóbò sẹ́yìn ò mọ̀ pé bí ó ṣe ríre ọba wọn lọ bá balẹ̀ rí ohun gbogbo ni kẹ wá gbogbo àwọn ọmọdé tó fàìn tẹ́ mọ̀ pé wọn ò lọ́kùn ò sí nílé ọkọ kẹ ẹ ganú sí wọn sọba tó máa ń ganú sólósó ni ṣé baálẹ̀ máa ń ganú sólósó ni orí ti yín ló ti kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó lé mi ò gbọ́ rí ẹ̀yin ò lè fi ọ̀ ní ọ̀fi ìfẹ́ kẹ́ fi sàn kẹ́ fi kọ́gbọ́n bàbá yẹn kó yàwó jọ ni tí ó bá fi mọ́ sòsìkì ó kó yàwó jọ ni mẹ́lọ náà ń wí ẹ̀yin tí yín ò bí yín dá ẹ̀ ń bẹ̀rù sẹ̀kì ṣé sẹ̀kì lọ́kọ ni àbẹ́yẹn lọ́kọ torí kò yé mi o ní kọ́fídẹ́ǹsì gbogbo tẹ̀ ń ṣe ni tó bá jẹ́ pé ẹ bá tọ́kọ́ ṣe ẹ bá ṣe paláyé yín ni wà láìdàláì ta ni ó pàṣẹ fún yín ní tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ ni ẹ bá fẹ́ yàwó ẹ ti fún Túnjúmọ̀kẹ́ ìkà ni ọ́ o ìyá wù mí ìkà ni ọ́ o àwọn ò lè rọ́mọ tí ó sìn ọ́ Túnmọ̀kẹ́ o ò lè rí ọmọ tí ó sìn ọ́ gbogbo ọmọ tó jáde látàbẹ̀rẹ̀.
Thank you very much. I greet all the gladiators and generals once again. God bless you all for all you do. This is just a sensitive and then realistic information that instead of you guys, those people that are working directly or indirectly for Wunmi Adebanjo and Onikate of Ikate, stop calling for befitting burial. What you should be calling for now is befitting DNA, because that is the only thing that we are ready to listen to. There will not be any burial anywhere until the DNA is done and dusted. Until Wunmi Adebanjo is in criminal court, there will not be burial. So all your yearnings, all your aspirations, all your quests, all your pleas for burial should be put on hold. Stop wasting your energy. There is still a long way to go. Those issues that need to be addressed will be addressed. We want to know was Liam fathered by Mohbad? As much as there are reports out there that Mohbad is not the father of Liam. Thank you, the gifters. Wunmi Adebanjo knows Mohbad's sperm did not fertilize her egg to form Liam. Mohbad, from all her actions, is also aware that Liam does not belong to Mohbad. My sis said Wunmi Adebanjo was fucking a housemate in Naira Marley's house. Mohbad said there was a day she met Wunmi Adebanjo on a bed with Mohbad manager. Wunmi Adebanjo breasts are on social media where she was frolicking another man. So all these being added together reveal that Liam is not a product of Mohbad. And on various things, we have seen Liam where he was saying, "Daddy, daddy," where he was calling for the car of his dad. "See my daddy's car." Adding all this together has given us a strong standpoint that father of Liam is still alive and kicking. Mohbad is dead, but the father of Liam is alive. So we need to be sure, we need to know, we need to have official backup that Liam does not belong to Mohbad. So those are one of the areas that we need to clear. Secondly, Mohbad died in the house. As much as the police came out with a narrative that Mohbad bled profusely, Wumi Adebanjo came out to say it was just a little cut. Wumi Adebanjo that first said Prime Boy fought Mohbad and stabbed him with juju fortified knife, and that led to Mohbad's death. Wumi Adebanjo that first said Mohbad died as a result of ear infection. Wumi Adebanjo that first said Mohbad was killed by the lords of the music. Wumi Adebanjo that also said it was the nurse that killed Mohbad. Many deaths have killed Mohbad. Mohbad died at different times of the day. But there is so much obscurity surrounding the death of Mohbad that need Wumi Adebanjo to clear. And that is why the justice for Mohbad, the quest for justice for Mohbad will never be over until Wumi Adebanjo gives clarity, gives certainty, give detailed encounter of what actually led to Ileroluwa Aloba's death. And not just that she's going to give account. The account must make sense. There must not be lacunas. There must not be gaps. What happened on 11th of September 2023 must be known. There cannot be a story of the last moment of Mohbad without 11th of September 2023. So any attempt for Wumi Adebanjo to remove 11th of September 2023 from whatever she has to say in a court of law will be strongly refuted. Wumi Adebanjo is going to face the legal luminary, not just the bandwagons and the useless beings that have been following her. Listen to her lies. Wumi should do herself a favor. Let her start practicing. She needs to start practicing her lies because she's going to have a day in court. The justice of Mohbad will never be over until Wumi Adebanjo is in court, where the judge, the lawyers will listen to her case and they will say, okay, you have told us what you know, and therefore you are discharged and acquitted. That is the face needed to put long-lasting rest on this case. Any attempt to omit that face will not be tolerated. It is a must. Wumi must have a day in court. It is a must. Wumi must give her account. It is a must. She must tell us that it was paracetamol and antitetanus that killed Mohbad. She must tell us now. Wumi must tell us that they had to keep the syringes, the cartridges in that room for 9 days for police to come and pack it. We must tell us now. We must tell us what suggestion the second nurse that came to sleep in Mohbad's house overnight gave to Mohbad, because there were now 2 nurses, according to what Wumi said. One slept in Mohbad's house overnight, and she did press off for Mohbad. Wumi must tell us who the nurse was. The second nurse must be presented. We must be sure we are not foolish Nigerians. We are wise. We will not allow any useless king to use his political connection to destroy justice for Mohbad. It will not happen. The king should maintain his throne and not to try to use his connections, because it will be strongly rejected. Mohbad's spirit will continue to fight on. Wumi must wash herself clean in every ramifications. This issue of going and lie there, we spell total doom for Mrs. Adebanjo. Wumi cannot be taken out of the witnesses. Cannot be taken out from being summoned to the criminal court to give account. Any attempt to do that will only result in exercise, in futility. It will result in waste of energy. Those are Wumi's camp. You better send Wumi to a coaching class. She needs to go to a coaching class and learn what to say in a criminal court. Because this will not be over until Wumi is in criminal court. That is the bottom line. This will not be over until Wumi gives total account of how Mohbad died. This will not be over until we know the paternity, the true paternity of Liam. These two key questions must be addressed. The earlier these two are done, the earlier Mohbad will be buried. But any attempt to cut corners, any attempt to manipulate, any attempt to change the goalpost at the middle of the game will not be tolerated. You are not talking with the fools. We know the games. Truth must prevail. Justice for Mohbad is a must. No amount of game, no amount of money, no amount of political influences and connections, no amount of Peku's connection, no amount of manipulations, no amount of petition, no amount of intimidation, no amount of grandstanding will make justice for Mohbad to be defeated. You can take that to the bank. I've said it. The only person that can defeat justice for Mohbad is Emperor Joseph Aloba. And that is why all of you are coming for him. As long as that man is standing and he has not come to the public to say he has given up, justice for Mohbad will continue. And it will remain undefeated. There's nothing you can do about that. That is a closing remark for me today. So I want to greet all the generals and the gladiators. It was meant to be a short one, not a long one. Thank you for standing strong. Thank you for staying firm. Thank you for supporting Emperor Joseph Aloba, whose life of his son was cut short by Wumi Cynthia Adebanjo, Omolajumoke, Omomo Iyabo, on the 11th of September 2023. Thank you for being the voices of the voiceless. Thank you for being unbiased. Thank you for standing like a rock of Gibraltar in supporting that man. We need to rally around him. He's their target. Let us give him the vigor and the energy to carry on. He needs us now than ever. Let us support him. It is well with us. It is well with everything concerning us. And if anybody is under threat whatsoever by anybody, don't keep quiet. Speak out. If anybody threatens you, speak out. Reach out to people. Let people know that you are being threatened. Let people know, those that want to vilify you, so that everyone can rally around you. This is a battle of the titans, and you may not be able to fight it alone. You need like mind. So speak out and never die in silence. I want to say once again, thank you to all the gifters. Somebody was trying to send a request. Okay, who have me? I think, like, who have me? You can unmute your mic because you were almost close when you came in. Unmute your mic and speak to us. Who have me? Are you there?
A few minutes.
Okay. So, like I said, speak out. Nobody has monopoly of problems. Nobody has monopoly of intimidation. Nobody has monopoly of bullying. You must be strong and stand for yourself. Fight for yourself. Fight for yourself. And don't keep quiet. It is justice for Mohbad. And everybody's voice deserves to be heard. A silent mouth is a silent destiny. Do not allow them to silence you. Speak out if anything is coming your way. And stand strong. It is justice for Mohbad. And you must fight it with everything you have got. Because we don't know whose turn it will be tomorrow. That's why we must fight it headlong now. So that the likes of Mrs. Adebanjo that are still in Nigeria will learn from what is happening now. And they will know that it is not going to be a walkover for them if they perpetrate any evil. It does not matter who they know. It will not be a walkover for them. Lives are meant to be respected and not to be taken. Either you are rich or you are poor. It does not matter. Life has got no duplicate. And whosoever has committed this crime must be held responsible for it. It does not matter who you know or who you don't know. Go up with me. You can make your mind.
Daddy Vengeance. Good evening, sir, from here. Kò ní rẹ̀yìn lágbára Ọlọ́run. Ẹ kú iṣẹ́. Ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ rí àwọn olórí burúkú tí wọ́n sunkún kí pé ká bẹ́ kí wọ́n bẹ́rí Mohbad, kán bẹ́rí Mohbad lèmi ṣe kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ bá lọ́rọ̀ nù. Ẹ dákun, àwọn olórí burúkú tí ń sunkún kí pé wọ́n lọ bẹ́rí Mohbad. Gbogbo ẹkún tẹ̀ ń sun káàkiri. Kí ló dé tí ẹ lọ sún sí Wùmí lọ́rùn? Kẹ́ máa sún fún Wùmí lọ́rùn àtàwọn tó wà nínú ilé àti baálé ẹ̀ka pé kí ló kọ rẹ̀ wá nù petition. Àti kẹ́ máa sún fún Wùmí lọ́rùn pé kí ló dé tó pa Mohbad. Ó ṣe wá jẹ́ pé ẹkún fẹ́ lọ mọ́ bẹ́rí Mohbad òun lẹ̀ ń sun ká. Àbórí burúkú fẹ́ ṣe gbogbo yín ni. Àbẹ́ fẹ́ ṣòfò dànù. Àní gbogbo ẹkún orí ibú tẹ̀ ń sun kí tẹ̀ ń fọ̀sán àtòrún sun ká yìí sẹ̀. Àní ẹ lọ sún sọ́rùn baálé ẹ̀ka ẹ lọ sún sọ́rùn Wùmí àtàwọn 15 people tó wà náà lé. Ẹ wá ń pariwo kí wà níṣẹ́ méjì ní nǹkan méjì lẹ́kún méjì tẹ̀ fún kí mọ́ ẹkún kan lọ bẹ́rì Mohbad kan lọ bẹ́rì Mohbad ọkàn kan lọ bẹ́rì Mohbad kan lọ bẹ́rì Mohbad lẹ́sùn kí aláàánú ṣe Mohbad sẹ́. We are not bury Mohbad for now until DNA is done. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ló tètè máa dọ́kọ́ máa wọ létí yín. Bẹ́rì Mohbad ní ìsìn abọ́dọ̀ mọ ẹni tó ní Liam. Abọ́sì tó gbọ́dọ̀ mọ ikú tó pa Mohbad. Olórí burúkú yín àwa la ní kí wọ́n lọ ẹ̀sùn Mohbad. Wọ́n wá ẹ̀sùn ẹ̀ tán. Àti ìrí nǹkan kan. Àti ìrí tó wá pa. Àti ìmẹ́ni tó lọ mọ ẹ wá ń sunkún kí. Kán lọ sí Mohbad o, kán lọ sí Mohbad o, kán lọ sí Mohbad. Ṣé Mohbad ò jẹ́ gbádùn ni? Ṣé Mohbad ò jẹ́ gbádùn? Ṣé Mohbad nìyẹn ńlá ni kẹ́ ẹ wí kẹ́ ẹ wá sọ síta? Aláwọ̀ ò ní sí Mohbad sẹ́ ẹ̀. Sì ní rìlẹ́ǹtì rárá tó bá jẹ́ pé gbogbo tẹ̀ ń rò lọ́kàn yín nù. Ní rìlẹ́ǹtì rárá o. Until Mohbad get justice o. Ní rìlẹ́ǹtì rárá sẹ́. Àní DNA is sacrosanct. Dandan ni DNA. Orí DNA yẹn gangan ni motive ikú tó pa Mohbad. A sì gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀, wọ́n ti ẹ̀sùn mẹ́ Mohbad ti kú ó ti kú náà. Àwa kò gbọ́dọ̀ lè sí láì fi pa ọmọ tó pa. Lè sí láì fi pé amẹni tó lọ mọ olórí burúkú ní ẹ̀wà ní sí ayé kí. Ẹ má bínú pẹ̀lú ariwo tẹ̀ ń lọ o. Ẹ̀wà ní iṣẹ́ kankan kí mọ́ olórí burúkú ní ẹ wá ń sunkún. Ẹ fọ́ sàtòrú, ẹ fi ń sunkún kàbó fò fẹ́ ṣe gbogbo ní ẹ fẹ́ dààmú fún. Tí ì rí kankan. Ṣẹ̀rẹ́kún tẹ̀ sùn, sùn tẹ̀ kàyà. Sùn tẹ̀ kàyà tó láwọn òní Mohbad kankan sí. Àwọn òní Mohbad bá sí. Àfi tá a bá rí justice fún. Tá a sì tún mẹni tó ní Liam ìlà tó lè sin Mohbad. Ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú gbogbo. Ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú aláyébàjẹ́. Èló ni wọ́n fún yín gan tẹ̀ ń ogun ayé kí. èló ni wọ́n fún yín tẹ̀ ń sunkún orí ibú kí àlékún yín ẹ lọ sún sọ́rùn Wùmí ẹkún yín ẹ lọ sún sọ́rùn Baálẹ̀ Kàtẹ́ pé kí ló kọ rẹ̀ sínú pẹtíṣàn ẹ má sunkún sọ́rùn tiwa mọ́ ẹ wá ẹ lọ ọ̀dọ̀ Wùmí àti Baálẹ̀ ẹ lọ mọ sunkún orí ibú tẹ̀ ń sọ ẹ lọ mọ sún sí Ọlọ́run olórí burúkú yín ẹ wá rìn kí ẹ̀yin lárìn ká àdúgbò ẹ wà ní sẹ́mẹ̀ ẹ wá ń rogun ayé ká ẹ wá ń wíwìkúwì kí go and bury Mohbad go and bury Mohbad kọ́ bẹ́rì àní mo rò pé ẹ fẹ́ sórí burúkú gbogbo yín àní Wùmí ló pa Mohbad Wùmí àti Baálẹ̀ Kàtẹ́ ọwọ́ Baálẹ̀ Kàtẹ́ ò mọ́ nínú ikú Mohbad ọwọ́ Baálẹ̀ Kàtẹ́ ò mọ́ nínú ikú Mohbad Baálẹ̀ Kàtẹ́ ọwọ́ rẹ̀ ò mọ́ lọ́wọ́ nínú ikú Mohbad Wùmí náà sì ránṣẹ́ dé tòrutòru Wùmí gangan ló pa Mohbad ló gbẹ̀nà lẹ́nu Mohbad ó sì pa Mohbad torí Liam ní kò ní yẹ gbogbo yẹn ṣòfò dànù Wùmí àlọ́kàn rẹ̀ ò ní balẹ̀ ọkàn ò ní balẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ o ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní olórí burúkú orí pé o ti ń wú thank you for the gift sórí pé o ti ń wú Wùmí o ti ń wú ojoojúmọ́ ní ikùn rẹ̀ ń wú sí i ó yẹ kó o ti mọ̀ páwọn ayé ti dáwọ́jọ́ sí ọlá Wùmí àní Mohbad gan ti sọ fún ọ kó o tó pa á ó ti ní tó o bá ti pa òun ó ló regret ò ní gbádùn gbogbo láìfẹ́ mọ́ Wùmí láàrin èmi àti ẹ̀sọ́ gbádùn láìfù tó ń live olórí burúkú fake life ló ń live inú rí odùn Wùmí inú rí odùn òkúta ẹsẹ̀ rẹ̀ ti yọ́ ta òkúta ẹsẹ̀ rẹ̀ ti yọ́ ta Wùmí wà tí Baálẹ̀ Kàtẹ́ kí ilẹ̀ pa Mohbad torí Liam olórí burúkú bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti ẹ̀wà apáàyàn ṣe torí ọmọ ss ọmọ abirùn ọmọ torí bí ọlọ́kùnrùn olórí burúkú yẹn sì torí rẹ̀ wá fẹ́ podidi ọmọ ológo ẹ fi podidi ọmọ ológo Wùmí ò ní nísìnyí olórí burúkú olè fóònù tí Mohbad ń bi ọ́ léèrè Wùmí kí ló dìlítì lórí fóònù olórí ibú fóònù Mohbad tó mú kí ló dìlítì bẹ́ẹ̀ olórí burúkú ó ti dìlítì gbogbo evidence tó wà lórí ẹ̀ Wùmí Mohbad ti sọ fún oníṣẹ́ tó ń bá kú tó bá pò wọ́n tán oníṣẹ́ gbogbo tó fẹ́ mọ post nù Wùmí sọ̀rọ̀ post ẹ̀ olórí burúkú ọmọ sọ̀rọ̀ post ẹ̀ Wùmí àní kò ní yí ọ́ kò ní yẹ̀ràn rẹ̀ Wùmí ikú gbóná ni ó pa gbogbo generation pátá toró lórí burúkú nìyí ẹ̀yin ẹbí kẹ́bí ẹbí olè ẹ̀yin ẹbí kẹ́bí ẹbí olè Wùmí olè olórí burúkú apààyàn ìwọ ló pa Mohbad Wùmí ìwọ ló pa Mohbad olórí ibú ní ọmọ òfò ní ọmọ àdánù ní ọ ara serial killer ní ọ Wùmí serial killer ní ọ Wùmí olórí burúkú bloody bandit olórí ibú ọmọ òfò ìwọ gangan ó yẹ wọn mọ̀ pé bloody bandit ní ọ Wùmí eléri ibú ọ̀dájú ọmọ olórí burúkú sì fi òun fèèyàn pípa òsì fi ń sayọ̀ ọyọ̀ Wùmí òun fèèyàn pípa òsì fi ń sayọ̀ ọyọ̀ wá ló nísinmi láyé ẹ̀ àló ò lè nísinmi Wùmí wàláì wọ́n pọ̀ bí wọ́n ṣe ń pàjọ́ ògún ni wọ́n pọ̀ bí wọ́n ṣe ń pàjọ́ ògún ni ikú tí wọ́n pọ̀ ikú ògún ló kù Wùmí Mohbad gan ti sọ fún oníṣòwò ògún fẹ́ pa ọ́ ni ògún náà ni ó sì pa ọ́ Wùmí torí ó dájú léèyàn ó sì wò sùsùn ọmọ ni tó bò ọ́ láti rí ọgbọ́n máa lè wá ká mọ́lé ó sì tó bò ọ́ láti rí Wùmí ó wá rò wípé ikú ló yẹ kó fi ṣẹ̀san fún Wùmí ó wá rò pé ikú ló yẹ kó fi ṣẹ̀san fún ọ̀tọ̀ lẹ́ni lóní ọ̀tọ̀ lẹ́ni tí ń bọ́yún ọ̀tọ̀ lẹ́ni lóní ọ̀tọ̀ lẹ́ni tí ń lẹ́rú ọmọ Wùmí ọ̀tọ̀ lẹ́ni lóní ọ̀tọ̀ lẹ́ni tí ń ṣàìsùn Baálẹ̀ Kàtẹ́ bálálẹ́ bá ní ó dáa fún yín aláàárọ̀ òní jẹ́ o gbogbo alálẹ̀ Kàtẹ́ ó kọ́ sí yín àwọn alálẹ̀ Kàtẹ́ ó bínú sí yín Baálẹ̀ Kàtẹ́ olórí burúkú níyìn ẹ̀yin lẹ lóyún Mohbad ní í ṣe wà lóyún olórí ibú yẹn tó wà mọ̀ pé ó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ pa ni ó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ pa ni sẹ́rí pé ẹ dájú léèyàn sẹ́rí pọ̀tọ̀ ló yẹ wọ́n gé orí yín àtàpá yín àwa olórí burúkú yẹn ti ní stroke ẹnu yín ti ń wọ́ ẹ ti ń wọ́ lẹ́nu ẹ ti wí nǹkan kan àlẹ́ wúkú ni ẹ máa wúkú ni toró lórí burúkú ni yín olórí burúkú ni yín